Not too long ago, I followed every single 5-star quarterback in the entirety of a Dynasty mode, and how about we come back at it again? Every single 5-star running back, and they are not keeping it light on us for the first year. How about a whopping 7 5-star running backs? And I can already assure you that there is going to be a wealth of running back talent. We're not going to be short on guys to follow. Last time with the quarterbacks, there were 65 5-star quarterbacks, so you can kind of go put in your over-unders here, over or under 65 5-star running backs. You can let me know, but yeah, we're going to be following all these guys up until the point in which the Dynasty mode no longer gives me the ability to follow the full careers. There eventually is going to come a point where, you know, a guy will commit and I no longer can, you know, follow their careers 100% in full. So we're kind of keeping the cutoff about 25 years, because once you get to year 26, 27, 28, you can't guarantee anything. Now, one of the 7 running backs in year 1 did not commit to any place, and it was interesting because when quarterbacks didn't commit or at other positions did not commit, you would pretty easily find these guys. But with running backs, it wasn't easy to find them. When they didn't commit, they just were gone. I don't know what it was about the running back specifically. Maybe there's just so much of a wealth of running back talent across the nation that they don't really walk on anywhere else, but it was hard to find them, and you can already see what the first batch of guys is looking like. David Ream here at Penn State and a couple of other guys, but I wanted to give you just a small, tiny update. If you want to know why videos took a little bit longer to complete this week, and also for like the NFL head coach 09 people, that is going to happen like next week. Everything got pushed back because there was like that big blizzard. I was, you know, like in the center of it. There was like 3 feet of snow outside, so everything kind of got slowed down a little bit, but I was able to get this done at least, and then we'll have NFL head coach 09 next week. I'm not taking like another month to do it. I just want to make sure that, you know, I can actually do it properly without power cutting out or without snow caving in the roof or something like that, but we should be good to go now. And we'll kind of focus in here on these running backs. We'll wait till the point in which they become a starter to follow them. I'll have kind of highlights of bowl games, fourth quarters. We'll kind of go a little bit more in-depth into the playoff stuff, but we already have transfer portal action. You can already imagine transfer portal is going to be a big part of this, as these running backs and positions as a whole, they're not very patient. All of these guys basically go and transfer. Not only do they transfer to relatively small schools. Air Force, Bowling Green, Utah State. Not exactly prestigious places to go, but they will get to start. They will get to play, so I guess that is something. David Ream is going to start. Jason Todia at Air Force. Now, they do like kind of a lot of split carries and everything, so we'll see how that works out for them. But 2 guys are going to get significant playing time. Angel Tiffin here for USC headlines, the next class, a really nice player. Delvin Bean, another elite dev player staying in Louisiana to go play at LSU. So I'm really curious which ones are going to be like the best archetype, which ones are going to be the most prevalent. You know, there's a lot more diversity in the running back position where, you know, maybe quarterback did not have that level of diversity. It was basically just pocket passer, dual threat. And, you know, you have your pure runners are never 5 stars, for example. I wonder if there's going to be any like that. I do presume like north-south blocker is going to be a very prevalent 5-star archetype, but there's still like a bunch of other ones. So we only have 1 running back in this upcoming year, so a very big contrast. But now with players playing, Jason Todia at Air Force did not do too well, 2 wins, but David Ream, only 4 wins at Utah State, so no bowl game, but he did run for 1,000 yards and give him 6 100-yard games, so already more transfers coming in. Angel Tiffin, at least they're transferring to competent schools. Colorado, UCLA, better than going to, you know, the bottom barrel, where not only are they, maybe some of them are struggling to play, but they're not even winning games. Sabisky out here, the only 5-star running back for the 3rd class, is going to go to TCU. And now we finally have some competent starting action here. Kindred at Tennessee is going to start. James Winston for Bowling Green. David Ream, off an 1,000-yard season, is going to be starting at Utah State. How about Tony again at Air Force? I still don't know if he's going to do a whole lot better than 300 yards. Delvin Bean for LSU. Only took him a year, and now he's already the starter. So we're guaranteed some action here. Tennessee, LSU probably going to be not only in bowl games, but playoff competition here. Sabisky, the only back in this class. And how about the next year? None. 0 5-star running backs. So we went from 7, and now a couple years later, there's 1 and 0. So really inconsistent stuff here, but already we got some star-studded performances. Delvin Bean goes to the playoffs and makes NCAA All-American team. And we'll get into his action. David Ream runs for 1,000 yards on a losing Utah State team again. So, unfortunate for him. Bowling Green, James Winston gets dominated by FIU. He goes for 60 yards on the game. He runs for 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns. So, these small school backs are really putting up the numbers for the most part. They're just not winning a whole lot. I was so ready to watch Tennessee and LSU in the playoffs. We'll get to LSU, but for Tennessee, yeah, we had to kind of skip this one for a very important reason. Duke wins, but Joshua Kindred only played 6 games. He got hurt. But man, in the 6 games he played, he was pretty dang good. I mean, other than the Georgia game, basically ran for 100 up and down the board. But now we have action here. Bean and his NCAA All-American first round bye LSU team is taking on Duke, the team that just knocked out Tennessee. It's 6-6, so a low scoring battle here as Duke inside LSU's 30-yard line. Second and 13, pass to the outside will be caught shy of the marker, 12 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 1. Shotgun formation. They hand off for the first down as they are inside the 15 now, and no touchdown scored up until this point, so you got to imagine how valuable a touchdown is more than ever as they go to the end zone. 2 defenders there and a touchdown for Duke, and LSU's gonna have to take over. They've lacked a score all day other than 2 field goals. Can they finally figure it out? 9 yards. Other quarterback's got just 120 passing yards on the day. No touchdowns, no picks at least, as 3rd down and 3, a conversion. And when will we get to see that NCAA All-American back? He's picking up a block here, I guess. And outside, 8 more yards as they are running it down through the air. Handoff, Bean hurdles over a down defender and gets a first down at the 47. Throwing again. This one caught for 8 more. Seems like just 8 yards at a time as a blitz in, and they swing it out to Bean, but the defender's there and tackles him for a loss. It's 4th and 6. They gotta go for it. They're throwing it deep, and he's got a step. It's caught and down at the 1. He knocked over the pile, but couldn't get in. Read option. Everyone bites on Bean, and they get a touchdown to tie it up. 4 minutes to play. Duke with the ball back as the offense has woken up on both sides, I guess. 3.5 to go. Quick out. And another first down, this time into Tiger territory. 3:15. Screen. And he's got a block on the edge. He's got the first down. Duke moving it well, and maybe on the fringe of field goal range. They're definitely going to be comfortable now in the red zone, and they can take their time if they'd like. Quick hitter to the tight end for 8 more at the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 3. Hit as he's throwing, but he's got it. Completed 1st and goal. Duke 1 yard out. Stopped in the backfield. They get an injury timeout. LSU has to burn it here if it's inbounds, but they got to keep him out of the end zone. They do it. It's out of bounds. Duke settles for 3, and the chip shot field goal's good, but now the Tigers will have just under a minute to go to try to get to field goal range. A sack. And LSU behind the sticks. 3rd and 15. Throw on the run. That was a terrible throw. 4th and 15. Game on the line. It's incomplete. Defender came in. Jarred it loose. And that'll be the first game of the video. Bean goes for 52 yards, and he had a great season. He was a backup last year, ran for 12 touchdowns on just 99 carries. But how about 24 touchdowns, well over 1,000 yards? Joshua Kindred said, I only played 6 games or something like that as a starter. I'm going straight to the NFL. That's crazy. He plays 6 games, gets hurt for the rest of the year, and just says, you know what, I'm going pro. I don't know if that's the best idea, but I mean, he got drafted, so good on him. James Winston, for Bowling Green coming off a 1,400-yard season. He's back. David Ream, can he go for 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons? I mean, we do care about the players who, cumulatively run for a lot of yards. That's going to be impressive to look at, as Angel Tippin takes a massive leap, and now he is starting at UCLA, 96 overall, and Delvin Bean coming off his NCAA All-America. Can he go back-to-back as well? We have 4 running backs this year, so, we're a little bit more of a wealth of players here after having 0 and 1 for the last 2 years, but a couple of nice guys here. You can see what the gems look like, as we had one there. You guys can let me know what your favorite running back archetype is to typically scout, to typically find. NCAA All-America, Delvin Bean again. Hey, 2 for 2 as a starter. James Winston falls off a little bit as Bowling Green slips. He goes under 1,000 yards. Still a nice season. David Ream, though, hey, he's getting, more and more yards per carry, and he is still putting up the 1,000-yard season. So Utah State might stink, but David Ream's pretty good. How about we go Liberty's bowl game against Marshall, 15-14 year score. We got 2 running backs to pay attention to in this game as a deep ball immediately to start this 4th quarter. He's got it, and it's at the 10. But we got Clay Conrad and Enrique Hearns. Here's Hearns on the carry as 2 5-star running backs transferred over. Now Conrad on the screen and down at the 2-yard line. 4th and goal. They will go on the ground. Clay Conrad, touchdown. But how nice is it for Liberty? Conrad's actually the backup. Hearns is the starter. So for them to just go 5-star running back off the bench, and then another 5-star running back can come in whenever they need it, that's a great problem to have if you're this 9-3 Liberty squad. 22-14 year score as the bold 4th down call paid off. And Marshall, that was a risky ball, but it was reeled in as they go handoff once again. And that'll be 3rd down and 5 at the 34-yard line. Running it now, it's right at the line. They give them the first. That was close. Keep it moving though. Play action. That's a strike down the middle. 22 yards. And now goal to go. From the 3, they are going to find a receiver in the end zone. The running back actually got out of the backfield there. 2-point conversion to tie it. Tight end. Hit him for the score. 22-22 is now the handoff. Here they go. That was, this time, I think they have Conrad taking a bulk of the carries here, I think. And even though Hearns very much is the starter, that's a nice effort from the receiver. Maybe Hearns is banged up because this is another running back. I don't even know who this dude is. He ain't a 5-star. But I think I have to assume Hearns is hurt. Conrad is taking the bulk of the effort here. And yeah, like I said before, you get 1 5-star running back out the game. It's nice to go and reload with another one. These are usually problems that high-level schools had. Not usually a Liberty team, but hey, we'll take it here. 4 minutes to play. Over the middle, that's caught, and making a move. Getting to the 12-yard line. Quarterback's well over 300 yards, and a speed option. A mid-stand, and the pitch is hitting the ground. Conrad picks it up, and it's 3rd and 19. They should probably play it safe here, but he's going to take a shot to the end zone. It's incomplete and almost picked off the tip, and they'll settle for 3. They got away with one there as it's 25-22, 3 minutes to play, and Marshall gonna have to go in a game-tying drive. They're taking a shot, Dave! Oh, what a ball! And right into the red zone immediately as a tackle for loss comes in. 2nd down at 14, turns to 3rd and 14 at the 2-minute warning. They hit that big throw, but they stall out immediately and will settle for a field goal. Kick is good, and Liberty takes it to overtime. So we got New Orleans Bowl, 25-25 overtime action here as they'll go ground game. Conrad has got the first down, gain of 11. From the 14 now, pistol formation. It's a sack. 4-man rush got in pretty easily there. 2nd down and 15. They'll go and get the sack yardage back and then make it 3rd down and 8. As they have a couple of open short receivers, they'll go to the receiver outside instead of Conrad inside. It's going to be 4th and 1, and they'll play it safe. Field goal kick good. Marshall can win it with a touchdown, and that's a quick 9 yards, 3rd and inches. Jet pass, gets a block on the edge, gets around the defense. Touchdown, Marshall. And they walk it off here in the New Orleans Bowl as Enrique Earns, he got 99 yards on the game, but got knocked out. Conrad had not so great of a day, as Hearns, he was the one who took the bulk of the carries. A 1,400-yard, 20-touchdown season. Conrad didn't really do all that much, but Angel Tiffin, man, the injuries are wrecking us because UCLA had action here. Good action, too. And Tiffin, 97 overall, 1,600 yards, 20-plus touchdowns. We're not going to be able to see him because he got hurt, too. But one guy we will get to see, being back-to-back NCAA All-American seasons, trying to top what he did last year, and LSU back in the playoffs. They had a first-round bye last year. Not so much this year. They got to go at home against Tulane, 21-19 your score, as LSU on defense. Swing it outside. Tulane loses 3 as they go 2nd and 13. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 13. Right at about midfield, and the pressure, and immediately sacked, and LSU takes it back over. As will it be Bean to lead this offense? Well, the passing game does it there, but I want to see this All-American get the ball, as there he goes, Bean on the catch with room, and to the 35-yard line. So he gets the handoff here now in the running game, pancaking, as my goodness, the interior offensive line was bulldozing this team, as look at Bain staying on his feet, and 1st and goal. He's got a good game going here, trying to find the end zone. He'll pull it, read option. I think he actually should have handed that one off, as being a little banged up on that play, and their backup running back will finish off the drive with the touchdown. LSU up 28-19, as now Tulane with just 4 minutes to go is going to need points here. 3rd down and 3, intercepted, and yeah, this one might be all over. LSU is going to have Bean check back in. The injury was just like a play long, but it stopped him from getting into the end zone. Quarterback on the keeper read option. Scores. Now it's 35-19, so I guess technically still a 2-score game, but I don't have a whole lot of hope or faith that this number 12 seed Tulane team could come out here and pull this one off. Give them a chance to do so. Needs to be a touchdown and a 2-point conversion on this drive, as they are hitting a couple of passes. That one, though, sails over the receiver's head. 3rd and 10, as they'll go deep. It's well covered and knocked down. 4th and 10, game on the line, and Tulane keeps it alive a little bit longer, but you still need a whole lot to go your way as they go into the red zone here. Probably got to hold on to these timeouts as well. 2-minute warning approaching, as Tulane is going to go end zone, touchdown. Defender just did not know where he was at. I don't know what the heck he was doing, as you know, I'm just, I can't with the AI logic in this game. They didn't go for 2, man. They just kicked the extra point. I don't know what's wrong with them, but we're just going to pretend that didn't matter, because it actually didn't matter, because LSU goes and puts up a couple of 1st downs here, and they sealed the game anyway, so it didn't matter. But, like, why are we not going for 2 in this situation? Come on. Like, we need to figure that out. But being 79 yards and has a decent game. Now in this game, this one was pure domination. Pitt ends up scoring a touchdown very late in the game to make it a 14-point score. It didn't look so bad at the end, but this was all LSU, and Bean ran for 3 touchdowns in it. So LSU kind of dominates in the 2nd round, and now we go to the semifinals where they go take on Miami. It'd be cool to get a national championship on the board early on, as LSU incomplete on 3rd down. They are down right now by 5 and have to punt the ball. Miami, 9 minutes to play, and what a contested grab, as out into LSU territory. Deuce Knight on the read option, and it'll be 7 yards on the play. 2nd down and 3 with the man in motion. They swing it out to him. Blocking not too great, and they'll lose yards. 3rd and 5. Play action. Knight is going to throw outside. 1st down. Under pressure, he delivers that one. And at the 24-yard line, hitting the running back out of the backfield. Zooming his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes. 12-point game in LSU. I don't assume we'll see too much running of the football, but I'm gonna hope we could see Bean get a couple of touches here as 3rd down and 4. Quick slant, 1st down, lot of room to run, and he turns that into a big gain into Miami territory. Here's Bean on the carry, gets nice blocking, 1st down. And a gain of 12. Now move it ahead, 2nd down and 8. As they hit a receiver off, play action for the 1st down. Under 6 minutes to play. Another play action. Bean on the double team block. Helps him buy time. He finds a receiver. It's a touchdown. 28-23 in Miami. Now trying to hang on here with 5 minutes to play, and they find another 1st down. Deuce Knight is dealing right now. Knight again. What a throw! And we're hitting some nice throws with these quarterbacks today. There's been some good ones already, as that's another loss on the screen. But 3rd down and 10, they're in field goal range, in the red zone even, and now they'll hit it short, play it safe, 1 yard, and a field goal try, which will keep it a 1-score game. 8 points down, LSU has under 3 minutes to play, and hit one to the tight end on the RPO. He'll have about 6. 3rd down and 5. He'll throw, and it's pressure, sack, 4th and 17. They'll go for it as from their own 5, throwing it deep. It's caught. What a grab. 2-minute warning at the 44 as that reception in traffic will be for 5. Play action as only a 3-man rush. He's got time. He finds a wide open man inside the 10. Goal to go. 90 seconds to play as a throw is short. He falls forward at the 1-yard line. And now they're not going to run it again. They're going to keep it in the air. They find the score. 2-point conversion for the tie. Blitz set in. They beat the blitz, but it doesn't get in. He got hammered down short. Onside kick is picked up by Miami. That was so close. They had the blitz in, and he threw it out to the flats. What a tackle from Miami as Delvin Bean goes for 1,600 yards, 29 touchdowns. Also added 300 receiving yards in the air, which is really nice too. If I don't show you receptions and receiving yards, just know they didn't get much of anything. It was probably like 200 or less. But if there's any receiver that has like a competent amount, I'll show you. But Angel Tiffin goes pro, Delvin Bean goes pro, they're 1st-round picks. Winston gets drafted as well. A couple of other guys are all finding themselves in the NFL already. This class of 4 looks really impressive. And we get to the next group of starters. Enrique Hearn still here. Cedric Luck for Colorado is starting. Santiago De Castro, elite dev at Texas A&M. And yeah, I mean, everything except quickness is fully eligible to go to the max. Isaac Pusley is an elite development for Ohio State. That one could be fun. You get certain teams. You get Ohio State, Michigan, some of these teams up there up north with these elite running backs. So it'll be fun to see. As Andrews, he'll be at Auburn. I mean, yeah, like these guys are great. It's just a matter of 1, the landing spot, 2, opportunity. I mean, I do think players in this game are a little too impatient when it comes to transferring, or maybe lack some sort of situational awareness to know that, like, hey, I want to compete for a championship, but I also want to play. And I'm maybe not going to get that opportunity if I go on a team with a bunch of 5-star running backs. So I feel like there should be a little bit of a hybrid of like, hey, I want to play too, but I also want to compete, because then they only prioritize one. They just want to play after a year, and it gets a little frustrating. But Isaac Pusley, this is an odd situation here. So he was actually a true freshman starter for Ohio State. He gets injured. Ohio State's in the playoffs. Feasibly, Ohio State can still come back out, win a couple of games in the playoffs, and Pusley could be back in time to still play. It's a weird situation, but his season technically isn't over. We'll get to that. We'll save that for last, because that's obviously the playoff situation here. We always say playoffs for last, but let's get into the bowl games here. Colorado was on the outside looking in. They're taking on another team on the outside looking in. 14 versus 15. Colorado, North Carolina, double-digit win teams. and we'll see what luck has for us and this Colorado offense as they are driving inside the 5. Goal to go. Luck in the backfield. He'll block as end zone touchdown. There's a flag down though, and it's going to come back. Holding it looks like, and yes, it is coming back. So touchdown off the board, 2nd and goal from the 13. That ball was thrown into a whole bunch of traffic. 3rd down, they hand it off, and a good effort here is going to get them to the 4-yard line, but yeah, no touchdown. They'll just settle for 3, so that holding penalty costed them 4 points as now we're just tied up. North Carolina with the ball, incomplete pass, 3rd and 11, and with the man in motion, they will go to the air, blocking pretty good, and a receiver, that's a nice ball, up high, receiver the only one who had a chance at it, as now the handoff is gonna get them just 3 yards, 3rd down and 8, running back into block, wide open man, and he had a whole lot of space. Colorado got aggressive, did not account for him, as now another pass. North Carolina stringing together a couple of 1st downs here. We're under 4 minutes to play. Blitz sent in, and he gets the ball out, and another completion, spinning off a tackler. And they just, anything that Colorado's throwing at them, they have an answer for. Now a quick throw, tight end, RPO, touchdown. What a drive from North Carolina. They literally had an answer for everything. And now it's a 7-point game, and you're going to have to go out there and try to tie it up. I mean, I don't want to keep harping on the touchdown that got taken off the board, but that is a pretty devastating result to have happen here because the situation would be a whole lot different if you got that score. Big play gets them to the North Carolina 28, but it's 3rd down, and that's going to be incomplete. He threw it away. 2-minute warning, 4th down, going for it, and 1st down completion. They burn a timeout as they're really betting on this drive, and they got it. Touchdown. Maybe the only downside is you left North Carolina with quite a bit of time to pull this one off. Just a minute 40 on the clock, but that is just perfect amount of time to go out there, get a field goal drive. You have all your timeouts at a 1st down there, 1:22 to go. They still got to go another 30 to 40 yards depending on their kicker's range, and that's another 1st down. Timeout burn, 2nd and 13, wide open on the outside, and out of bounds he goes in Colorado territory as they are going to go now. Just get in a little bit closer, and yeah, they're in field goal range now. 29 seconds to go, up the middle, and how about another good run into the red zone? Now the field goal, practically a chip shot at this point, and the kick is good. Colorado goes down, and yeah, we know what the difference was in this one as Luck goes for 72 yards. He, on the season, just under 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, and had a couple of 100-yard games to add on to it. Enrique Hearns ends up getting kind of messed up in the bowl game. I know the score, this is one of the instances where like the blizzard kind of impacted the recording. It kind of just cut off, so I didn't really have the footage for that game. That's the only instance in which that happens though, but I simulated the 2 playoff games, and surprisingly enough, Ohio State actually was able to win in round 1, win in round 2, and Busely's now here in the semifinals back off of injury. What a time it would be for Busely to come up big here as a true freshman off of injury and getting his team to a national championship. It's not often you're going to see a true freshman starter at one of these big schools as Busely loses 3 yards on the play. 3rd down and 7, and it's going to be a completion. Score 14-11. Oregon undefeated, #1 in the country, and they are winning as Busely nowhere to go again. He's had a rough day, but he's got no blocking, it feels like, as Ohio State to the air. That's a completion, and 3 interceptions as well for the quarterback. Busely on the ground. Oh my goodness, this has just been brutal. His 3 carries has resulted in just nothing as 3rd down, short of the sticks, 4th and 2. They're going to kick the long field goal for the tie. Kick is good from 57. Even though Ohio State can't run the ball, they've thrown 3 picks. The offense has been poor. It's tied up right now, 14-14. And now Oregon with 4.5 minutes to play. It'll be set 3rd down and 1. Sneaking it, and he's got the first down. Oregon, I mean, if they had it their way, this would be the last meaningful drive of the game where they could just run out the clock as much as possible, get a first down here, and just keep on moving to where they can get this game-winning field goal try. It's been a game full of field goals, and keeping it going. 3rd down and 5. 3 minutes to go. They're going to go play action. Pressure in. He gets the pass off and a first down. Oregon doing phenomenal right now. 43-yard line, another play action. And a wide open man gone. Touchdown. Oregon 43 yards. And now you're relying on this Ohio State offense to score a touchdown, something they have not been too good at so far today. As 2 minutes to go from the 40, Pewsley finally gets some room here. And that'll be 3rd down and 1 as they'll go outside and caught. First down, 1:10 to go as they'll hit a receiver over the middle. And now Ohio State's offense is really moving it here as the running back checks in. Number 2 guy gets in, touchdown. And okay, we could be headed to overtime. It's a minute to play. 21-21, Oregon, as they ran it there, played it safe, 30-yard line. Now they're going to throw, and that's a first down, so now they have the green light. If that pass was incomplete, it would have been 3rd down. They probably run the ball out to try to get to overtime. They got the first. Now they can get moving. 44-yard line. They're taking a shot, Dave. 1-on-1. Oh, it caught it, and it's a touchdown. How did he let that happen? Ohio State, 20 seconds to play, and they gotta go 71 yards, and that's not gonna be much there. 7 will take it. Maybe just try to get yourself in Hail Mary range. Oregon's giving them all this underneath stuff. 42-yard line, 8 seconds to play. You have enough arm here, I'd imagine. He throws it deep, and it is intercepted out of bounds and incomplete. Game over. That is ridiculous. Pewsley has a horrible game off of injury as a true freshman. I mean, I can't blame him too much. He's facing an elite defense and he just had a rough day. But man, that was just a brutal end. Luck doesn't get drafted out of Colorado. Andrews transfers to USF. AJ Nicky goes to Hawaii from Cal. And Santiago de Castro. Hey, Liberty is so up in this video. They got themselves another transfer, a 5-star, a 3rd one, as another crop of guys all go and, commit to their schools. But Santiago de Castro will not have to, have another 5-star running back at his heels trying to take carries like Hearns did with Conrad. Hearns is out. Conrad is out. It is all Santiago de Castro's backfield, and Andrews is also starting at USF. And here's the new crop of guys. Louis Savage looks really good at Missouri. Yeah, he looks like he could be insane. But then on the flip side, Colorado's back here with another running back. This one, though, Grant Worthy, not too good. 75 overall, normal dev. Dante Hammer, who, it would have been cool if Dante Hammer was like a power back, but he's actually not a power back at all. But, still cool name. And Parker Cadella for Michigan, impact dev. And yeah, like Michigan's one of those schools where, you get the right running back at the right time, they can go crazy. Gordon Garnes, another poor one, 74 normal dev. So 2 really poor running backs in this class, for 5-star standards, I guess I should say. But 2 more here. Quentin Rubin and David Dove are the next 2 guys, 5-star in the next class. And we get to the end of the season, and here we are, Ohio State back in the playoffs, and he's their starting running back, Pewsley, again. And how about for Liberty? Santiago de Castro, 26-3. De Castro runs for 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns, and a dominant bowl victory. And then how about USF and Arkansas State? 41-6, a couple of dominant matchups. Kyrie Andrews, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, and another good season. So these 5-star running backs finding success at these mid-level schools. How about Ohio State in the snow, dominating Boise State? It was one of those messy, scoreless 4th quarters, but a 17-point win, and Ohio State will move on here to the 2nd round, 16-7. Ohio State down by 9, Georgia with the ball, and I think, we're looking at Pewsley wanting maybe some redemption for last year. He had a really poor game against Oregon. He fumbled as well. He was off injury, and an interception here off a deflection for Ohio State. But I think Bewley, now with the year under his belt, wants to prove he can be a leader for this backfield as the quarterback keeper. They get a first down, and I don't want to hit the panic button too much, but, you know, you got to get points on this drive, I'd say. Georgia probably not going to make another mistake like they made on the last drive. 3rd down and 4, throwing it up top, incomplete, 4th down. And yeah, I don't hate the going for it here, and they do get it. That's huge, and I'm pretty sure if they didn't get it, it was all over. They're going to the air once again, and another first down completion here as they will throw slant route. Got by the defender, and that's a huge gain. What should have been just a normal slant route gain turns into a big one, and now he throws a pick now. Left side got a little risky, and just the defender was smothering the receiver. As Georgia now going to run the ball a couple of times here. 3rd and 7, first down and a big run. That was the chance to get off the field and still maintain good field position for your offense. But now under 5 minutes to go, it's looking a little scary for Ohio State now as Georgia handoff again. That'll be nothing. 4th down and 3. They'll get the ball back, but they took off a couple of minutes, and now you're backed all the way up, starting the drive at your own 25-yard line. So yeah, it's just not an ideal situation here, especially with how poor the throwing has been all game. But it's been a little bit better in this 4th quarter other than that interception. Under 3 minutes to go. You're in field goal range. You can settle here if you need to. Just make sure you hold on to those timeouts. 3rd and inches sneak. They got it. 2:17 to go from the 23-yard line. As with time, he'll scramble, break up a tackle, dive for 8 yards. We're at the 2-minute warning. 15-yard line. Bewley finally gets a carry, and he's getting inside the 10. Goal to go. No timeout burned yet. That's good. 3-yard line. Bewley again, and a touchdown. Ohio State got the touchdown first. That is big. Now, can they get the stop? They get the sack. 2nd down and 16. Draw play and another loss. 3rd and 18. And he's got a nice run. Helps him a little bit, but no first down. The field position is great, though. Ohio State, the game is in their hands. 9 yards. They're right on the fringe of field goal range. They can run it if they want to. And he gets the first down. That was a little dangerous. 40-yard line. Couple more yards, I'd say. And outside. Oh, that was dangerous, but he caught it. They're in field goal range. They can win this game. And, oh my goodness, just play it safe. He tried to take a shot to the end zone. Incomplete. Field goal try. It's good. Ohio State's up with 20 seconds to play. And now to go to the semifinals. They'll have a completion short. And Georgia timeout. They're down to their last play. From the 34, he'll throw it deep on the run, and it's short, but he caught it inside the 15, but like I said, just too short. Ohio State pulls off the comeback. Bewley goes for 67 yards on 5.5 a carry and a touchdown, so a much better playoff performance from him here, but the semifinals, that's where it all went wrong last year. How about this year, though? Number 1 team once again. This time it's Ole Miss, and Ohio State's in control right now, 27-13. Now they're on the other ends, trying to be the ones to hold off a 2-score comeback as Ole Miss throwing it deep. Oh, touchdown! Ball in the back of the end zone. That was great. As now Bewley out of the backfield with a grab. Nice job. He could catch a little bit too. Play action as they go floater, crossing route, and to the 40-yard line. Bewley in motion. They swing them out. They go down the middle again. And touchdown. 39 yards. That was a picture-perfect drive. Super easy from them. And Ole Miss, I mean, you were worried if you were Ohio State, 1-score game where you're going to start to crumble a little bit, fold under the pressure. But no, they responded, and they responded very well. As now Ole Miss at midfield, under 5 minutes to go, read option. Keeper where he's got a block out in front, and a first down to the 39-yard line. As now first down, new set of downs where he'll throw it short. And can Ole Miss find the end zone again after that 80-yard play? 31 yards out, run the ball up the middle. 23-yard line. Urgency kicking in here for Ole Miss as they throw one over the middle. Gets a block from the receiver and a touchdown. 1-score game again as a couple of backs out on the field. Pewsley is blocking for the backup there. 2nd down and 5. They go read option this time, and he does not get too much. 3 yards. They don't go Pewsley. 3rd and 2, and it's incomplete. I don't love that. 3 plays, none go to your running back. Your backup gets it, your quarterback runs it, and then a throw. I think your starting running back should probably take a carry there, as now Ole Miss threatening to maybe send this to overtime from the 48, 141 to go. Over the middle, and that's caught. 24-yard line, and things are getting scary for Ohio State. Now, never mind. Picked off, turn it around, take it away, and he is gone. Touchdown, Ohio State is going to the national title game, as Ole Miss with just 12 seconds to play. They will find the end zone here, but that's just too little too late. Onside kick with 9 seconds is picked up. Ohio State seals it, and they're going to the championship. Pewsley goes for 47 yards and a touchdown on 4.2 a carry. Just 11 carries in both those games. He doesn't touch it all that much, but now against another undefeated team this year, as they went down to Oregon last year, they were undefeated. Against Duke this time, it's not looking too hot. You're down 32-14, but early in this 4th quarter, you're driving. You're at the 1-yard line. Are you going to sneak it in here? 3rd and 1. He's got a 4th and inches. Oh, come on. 4th and inches from the 1. You kick a field goal. I know it makes it a 2-score game, but come on. You got to go for that. You need touchdowns, and you need them fast. 7.5 to go. Defense with the stop. 3rd down and 6. 7 minutes to play, and a 3-and-out sack, and you're going to get great field position, so maybe it can happen here. Pewsley out of the backfield, and he'll have it for 8 on the play. 2nd down, play action, as quarterback is just hesitating there, and he goes down. Loss of 10, 3rd and 12, and definitely 4-down territory here. You get yourself set up for a 4th and 5, as they will go outside. Open, he's got it. Spin it up a defender for 16 yards. 4.5 to go. Finds a receiver quick. Just know you have to get a 2-point conversion at some point. It could be your first touchdown or your second touchdown if you so happen to get one. As Talib is reaching, not able to get the first down. It's 4th and 1. Another 4th down. Another do or die. And it'll go to the end zone. Oh, what a grab. Touchdown. This quarterback is playing with fire, but he did not get burned that time. As Ohio State, they kicked the extra point, and now an 8-point game, Duke trying to run out this clock. A couple of first downs here, so you're not going to get a quick 3-and-out with great field position. You're going to have to go a long way if you find a stop here. As 3rd down and 9, 2.5 to go. Ohio State down to 1 timeout. Throw it outside. It's caught, and nowhere to go. You got to now go 81 yards in 2 minutes. Throw it over the middle on a first down. Now from the 33-yard line, 1:30 to play. Handoff Pewsley. Up the middle he goes. Pewsley makes a move. Shrugs off a defender. Oh, he is gone. Touchdown. With just a minute to play, Pewsley goes for 67 yards. And a 2-point conversion for the tie, for the comeback to be pulled off. No, he didn't get it. And now you got to kick the onside kick, and Duke has it. Game over. And Pewsley did an incredible job to go for 67 yards on a huge run. And I just cannot believe it did not go his way after that. It felt like they just had him on a leash in the playoffs. 11 carries, and 12 carries. Pewsley, want to see him get a little bit more of a workload there, as when they finally gave him just more than 11 carries, literally his 12th carry was almost a historic, heroic moment, as our next crop of guys, one running back commits, one doesn't commit. Pewsley, how about 98 overall? You better give him the dang ball this time. Don't think about what he did in the semifinals against Oregon. Think about what he did afterwards, when he was healthy, when he was a little bit more experienced. I think he's a great running back. I hope Ohio State gives him the chance to let him be that and not just restrict him to being, Mr. 11 carries in a playoff scenario, getting outran and out-attempted by his quarterback. Come on, give him the ball. He's great now. Parker Cadella also transferred to Michigan. We have a couple of other transfers to, look at there. David Dove is going to go to Nebraska. So he's going to be the only true freshman since, once again, Ruben is just not here. Like, they don't pop, like, the running back specifically for some reason didn't pop up. Other players and other times did pop up. It maybe took them a year. Maybe they were on a small school. Maybe they were in the transfer portal the next year. With these running backs specifically, literally, if they didn't commit, they were just gone. They were just gone. I don't know what it was about the running back specifically, but it is what it is. Like I said, I don't think we're short on running back talent. We've gotten plenty of guys here. So Ohio State, #1 seed, 13-0, and Pewsley is going to take home an NCAA All-American. Kerry Andrews for USF, 4 wins, but he got 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns, a couple of 100-yard games under his belt. How about Parker Cadella for Boston College? 600 yards, 5 wins for Boston College, so no bowl game for them. Just a single 100-yard game against an FCS school. And now we go back to Liberty. Man, Liberty is taking on an unfortunate team, 11th ranked, but no playoff, Texas Tech. That's really unfortunate, but yeah, we have 28-14. Liberty is trying to put this team to bed and show that they weren't deserving of a playoff opportunity, a playoff bracket spot to begin with. Liberty's running back wealth has been incredible. I don't know why they're drawing in so many guys. Well, I don't know why every 5-star running back wants to transfer and they want to go to Liberty. It's great, though, for them. And now it's all Santiago de Castro's backfield, where 28-14, your score here is Texas Tech down 14, 3rd and 8. And throwing one up top. It's caught inside the 5. And now goal to go. Throwing. Outside swing to the running back who's going to lose yards. 3rd and goal. Backed up at the 7 now. Into the end zone. They get it back at a touchdown for a 1-score game. Can they hang on here to get that 10th win of the season? 3rd down and 9. They will throw. And over the middle. That's caught. And the tight end shrugging off a defender, and a 1st down to the 36-yard line. They go play action as they swing it out. Tight end in the flats, and back-to-back receptions for him. They're going to get themselves to the 42-yard line. I want to see DeCastro get the ball here as they are going to keep on playing it through the air. 1st down at the 40-yard line. Another play action. Hey, DeCastro, they love faking it to you, but eventually you got to give them the ball as they get another good play from the 12-yard line. How about this tight end, number 84 again? He is just carrying this offense. Oh, my goodness. They can't cover him, I guess. And now DeCastro, they fake it to him. Quarterback touchdown. Managed to go that whole drive without giving DeCastro a single touch. That's ridiculous. I mean, still though, 35-21, Texas Tech on the screen. Hey, he's got him all the way to the 1-yard line. So don't call it yet. This game still alive. Touchdown Red Raiders. As now from the 17, they go to Castro and he loses yards. Speed option, stopped. 3rd and 13, rough situation. De Castro gets the carry, bounces off a defender, shrugs up another. De Castro, I said give him the ball and watch him work. 86 yards, touchdown. What a play to seal it for De Castro. 42-28, Liberty wins it. And De Castro ran for 1,500 yards and 23 touchdowns. We got to see him get one good carry, but that one good carry was all we needed to see. As we hop into the next one, Louisiana Tech versus Hawaii. This one was a pretty dominant game, 24-7. Hawaii, though, did hit this really nice pass for a touchdown to make it a 2-score game, but then the onside kick, Louisiana Tech picks it up. So the final score was just a 10-point game, but it really was one of those games where it really wasn't that close. But, Hawaii loses, and A.J. Nicky goes for 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns on the season, and adds 6 100-yard performances. A really nice year. And this one, I wanted to show the full sim on this one because this one stunned me. Florida Atlantic is like a 65 overall team. And Miami, I know they went 7-5. Miami was a 99 overall team. What in the world happened here? Well, what's going on here with Miami? Like, no joke, they were a 99 overall team. I was anticipating this to go the other way. Why is Florida Atlantic winning 35-7 over Miami? I was just like, okay, let's just let it ride. Miami scores a touchdown. They score another one, but like, Like, what happened, Miami? You got destroyed. You were losing 35-7 on a team that's 30 overalls lower than you. Are you kidding me? It's crazy. Dante Hammer runs for 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns, a nice season, and I guess he gets to rule the state of Florida for this year. Now we move to Nebraska, Missouri. Missouri 17th in the country, 9 wins on the board. And Savage is their running back, as he was one of the guys I thought was maybe one of the better looking incoming freshman prospects. He was really good, elite dev, gets the start here as now in Missouri from the 2-yard line. They're going to go option, and can you just hand it to the guy? 4th down and goal. They'll kick a field goal, so a lot of field goals in this one. 12-10 your score, but Missouri got the lead here as Nebraska got a receiver. And a nice completion gets them 28 yards as they are going to go with a handoff up the middle. Running back makes a cut, gets the first down. And Nebraska the only touchdown on the board so far today. 3rd down and 1, as from the 31, they'll go with the run game. That's a crazy block from number 76, just flattened him. Didn't get the first down, but still, impressive stuff. Nebraska field goal, their turn to kick one through the uprights. 13-12 your score. They go play action. Missouri taking over with a receiver open and to the 42-yard line. They're going to go handoff. Here is Lewis Savage getting a cut, and nice run for 9 yards on the play. Now quick RPO and a first down. Definitely running more with Savage. I mean, he's awesome. He's had a nice game. Here they go again, spinning through. He's got another first down carry. And into field goal range comfortably now as they get sacked. Maybe not so comfortable now. It's beyond 50 yards from here. 3rd and 16 as they avoid the sack. And they will throw it for an incomplete pass, about a 54-yarder. Kick is good. 15-13. Can you win this bowl game with just 5 field goals? Or will Nebraska have a field goal of their own to respond with? 40-yard line, 3 minutes to play. Over the middle, and another nice grab. Nebraska's had not really much trouble moving the ball. It's just a shame that they don't have more points, as there they go into the red zone. Under 2 minutes to go, play action. And they'll throw end zone, touchdown. And Missouri, can you finally score a touchdown? A field goal's just not going to cut it. You can't win it with 5 field goals. You can't win it with 6 field goals. You can win it here with a touchdown, though. Savage for the first down run. You got a minute to go. 76 yards. Outside. Ball is caught. First down. They burn their first timeout. 35-yard line. Quick slant. Got the first down again. That's timeout number 2 at the 48-yard line of Nebraska. And that's another quick shot. And the defender breaks on it this time. 3rd down and 10. 46 seconds to go. Outside. Incomplete. As 4th down and 10. Game on the line here. And they will have it incomplete. Game over as Savage runs for 100 yards. I missed grabbing his stats after the game, so I had to grab it the next year, so I'm kind of blocking off what he did in the season afterwards. But he ran for 1,000 yards. Had a nice year overall. And we get to move to number 1 Ohio State. And how about that? Starting off the 4th quarter with a touchdown. 28-17 on Duke. So Duke is the team they lose the national championship to. You get a little bit of a chance for revenge here. Maybe won't feel quite as sweet if you win this game and maybe don't win the national title game, but you get a chance at revenge nonetheless. And with an 11-point lead, 4th down, they punt the ball. It is all in your hands as the throw underneath is going to be caught. Catch and run. First down past the 40. Gain of 23 on the play. Shotgun now as they move it to the 44-yard line. He'll throw it deep. Another shot. Another open man. Touchdown. Ohio State running away with it. 35-17. And Duke, now it is a little role reversal here. Can they make the big comeback here like Ohio State almost did, as Duke running for a first down, but with just 4 minutes to play? Situation looking rough. They'll run for another first down, and Ohio State will give them all of that as long as the clock keeps moving. It's looking likely that an onside kick might need to be had here as Duke with the grab. Shy of the marker, 3rd and inches. 3:20 to play as they had the running back wide open. Eventually they hit him. First down, and he stays in bounds. Goal to go. Under 3 to go. as they are going to find a receiver. Touchdown, Duke. And the onside kick is going to be up in the hands of Ohio State. And with a chance to seal this one, they will go with a bubble screen. And number 80 for Ohio State, his stats are looking ridiculous. He's got the 2 touchdowns. He's got that grab. 2 minutes to play. And with a chance to end it, Pusley got the first down. It's over. Ohio State wins it, and they get a little bit of revenge after last year. Pusley runs for 113 yards, 2 touchdowns, and you take on Florida State now in the semifinals. As you're up 21-14, Pusley on the carry, and he loses yards on 3rd down. 4th and 4, they're going to go for it. They're passing up the 2-score lead, and that is a rare instance. 4th and 4, you go for it with the 2-score lead. I like the aggressiveness, but maybe that wasn't the time, wasn't the place. Maybe it was 4th and 1, 4th and 2. I would have been a little bit more open to it, but you could have kicked the field goal. Now, Florida State with the chance to tie it on this drive. 7.5 to go, and the read option, first down, 35-yard line, 6.5 to go, as they'll throw it underneath. That'll be 4 more, 3rd down and 5. Run on the ball. That's a first down. With room, he gets into the red zone, gain of 11. As Florida State, another keeper for the quarterback. He's got nothing on the play. 3rd down, 5 to go. And for the tie, looking for a first down, he misses. And they will settle for 3. Field goal is good. And Ohio State, trip to the national championship on the line. They got another receiver open for a first down. Passing game's been great so far in the playoffs as they go play action. And everyone just bid on Pusley. And the quarterback running, sliding for a first down. 3 minutes to go. Pusley on the ground. He's got an open lane. First down and more. And gain to the 21-yard line. He's over 100 on the day. 3rd down situation now. Another chance to get themselves some points on the board. That's a lot of time. Eventually he'll throw. No, picked off. What are you doing? All that time, and it's still a turnover. And another aggressive moment might cost Ohio State. They have now missed out on basically 2 field goal tries, as now Florida State can win it here. 2 minutes to go. They got 1 timeout. No pitch picked off, and Ohio State's defense bails them out, and they will go to the national championship as Pusley runs for 110 yards, another 100-plus yard game. Can you finish the job here? You're up 24-20 on Texas, 4th and 1, and they will take the field goal this time. So this is one where I'm like, man, well, it's a 1-score game regardless, and it's 4th and 1. Maybe you could go for it. So interesting that they didn't go for it against Texas, but they went for it against Florida State given the circumstances. Regardless, though, you can't really, nitpick them too much here. They're in the national championship. They're up by 7. 8.5 minutes to go. Texas, can they find the tie? Broken tackle here after the grab, and it gets them an extra, 10-plus yards. 48-yard line. They'll go ground. They have a stiff arm there, and it'll be 7 on the play. 40-yard line. Quick screen inside. He's got the first. 37-yard line. 7 minutes to play. As they are moving, and the rush gets in. He chases them down for the sack. 2nd and 14, as they will find a receiver to make it 3rd and manageable. You're probably looking at 4-down territory here unless something goes really wrong, as they're taking the shot deep, and it's over everybody's head. And it is 4-down territory. They throw on 4th and 6. He's got it. And a huge play. Clutch, and now in the red zone. Check it down to the running back. He's got 10. He's pushing forward. He's got 11 in the 1st and goal now. 4-yard line. 10 into the tight end. And it's a touchdown. Texas ties it up. 4.5 to go. They go Pusley, and they had the inside and the outside filled. 3rd and 14 as the run game let them down there, and a sack back at the 3. It's 4th and 23 when they punt. It's a great field position for Texas, and the receiver's making tackles. He's got 18. Texas, the game is now in their hands. It's up to them to get it done here. 3rd down and 8. He's got another first down, making it to the 1-yard line. How is this happening to Ohio State? Touchdown! Longhorns score, and Ohio State, my goodness, it's been a rough fourth quarter for you. You still have a chance, though. Minute and a half, 3 timeouts. Pusley, nowhere to go, just swarmed in the backfield. 3rd and 9. They can't run it. They'll throw it at deep. It's gonna be incomplete. 4th and 9. Game on the line. A national championship. It's caught. Keeping it going. That's the first timeout. 55 seconds to play it underneath. Not gonna really get much there. I don't think that's worth the time you lose. 3rd down and 6. As with just the 3-man rush, you can scramble. He maybe takes a little too long to make that decision. It's 4th and inches. I think he just took too long to make that decision. And I think here, maybe you could run it. It's 4th and inches. Burn the timeout if you run it. Instead, shotgun formation. They will throw. They got the block picked up. They're going to go deep. And incomplete. Game over. I really don't like that decision there. 4th and inches with the game on the line. You take a deep shot. You could have just played it safe there. Burn the timeout, giving yourself more opportunities. Pusley runs for about 1,900 yards, 21 touchdowns. A heck of a season. Got to 99 overall. Goes in the first round. But 2 national championship losses. Meanwhile, Lewis Savage, we got to transfer up from Missouri to Michigan. Savage goes for 1,000 yards and then transfers to a bigger school. And also Michigan goes and grabs 2 more 5-star running backs, including the #1 running back. That's ridiculous. So Michigan's going to be stacked. I have to imagine at least one of those guys is going to transfer. There's no way they keep 2 5-star running backs on top of having Savage here, who may only be a 1-year player, but still, it's a crowded room. DeCastro back, Andrews back, Savage starting now at Michigan with his 99 quickness. And also, you know, Grant Worthy ended up starting. He's over here at Fresno State now, so good on him. Dante Hammer, FAU starter. We have also Parker Cadella for Boston College. Like, we just have so many players here. This is probably among the most that we're going to have in a single season playing. David Dove as well for Ball State. And then you take a look at the incoming freshmen, and the Michigan guys are great. I mean, elite Dev. He's an 83 overall with the coach boost and everything. Alexander Madden's an 82 overall. Star Dev. Yeah, there's no way there's enough space in this backfield for all of these guys for Michigan. But you just got to hope one of them stays, because as long as one of them stays, you're going to get a great player. Washington also gets a solid running back, 77 overall. Like, we'll take that, but Michigan guys are clearly the stars of the show. Konakia, star Dev for Georgia. So another nice player, not as good as, again, the Michigan guys. And then Stephen Roche, star Dev, 77 overall for Duke. But this year was a special one. This one was a historic one. This one was a ridiculous one. As you can see, the next crop of guys, we got 3 more here, and we get to the end of the season and we get to see something very special here, very unexpected. Santiago DeCastro wins the Heisman Trophy. Liberty running back wins it. And the thing is, I have to say, I think there was a historic level robbery happening. Lewis Savage gets the best running back award, makes NCAA All-American, and look at the scores of Michigan. Look at the points that they put up, and there was a reason they dropped 40, 40, 70, 50, 50, 60 points, because Lewis Savage ran for 38 touchdowns. What in the world? 38 touchdowns in 12 or 13 games with the conference championship. He averaged basically 3 touchdowns a game, and he didn't win Heisman. He came second. And DeCastro had more all-purpose yards, but he had 10 less touchdowns. I have to say, running for 38 touchdowns, breaking the record for a single season at Michigan, you gotta win the Heisman. But I mean, DeCastro had all-purpose-wise, I think like 400 more yards, but 10 less touchdowns. I don't know, man. That's crazy. But still, our running backs were #1 and #2 in the Heisman. They're both in the playoffs. You could see what some of the, you know, non-bowl guys did. And then Kyrie Andrews had his bowl game that was a blowout. And then we moved to Wake Forest versus Hawaii, where we have A.J. Nicky getting the ball for a 4th and inches. I don't know what the heck happened there, but 4th and inches, Nicky with the carry. and he's got the first down. But we'll get to the playoffs because we have a Heisman and a Heisman runner-up to go and spectate. Both of them undefeated as well. So, yeah, this was a crazy year. When you have the most running backs, all these 5 stars playing, something crazy could end up happening, and it did. 4th down, another opportunity. This time Hawaii incomplete. So Hawaii was also good. A lot of these teams are just legit good too. I mean, you know, AJ Nicky helps leads this Hawaii team to a 10-win season, 20th rank in the country. They could have made the playoffs if it wasn't for Liberty and their Heisman running back getting them there. So there was a lot of small schools coming up, rising up. I mean, you have to imagine with all the 5-star running backs that are going and transferring to small schools, you have to imagine like other positions are getting this too. Wide receivers, tight ends, linemen, DBs, like all these players are probably also trickling down into these smaller schools as well. So yeah, maybe the mid-tier smaller schools are up right now. Like Hawaii's doing their thing. They are trying to win against an ACC opponent as they are going to go down for a loss of 2. 5 minutes to play from the 26-yard line after getting the ball back, driving back down to where they stalled last time. They're going to go all the way. The backup running back gets it out of the backfield, gets the touchdown. 2-point conversion. We're tied up. 21-21. And Wake Forest with the keeper for the quarterback. He's got a first down. He's got a lot more than just a first down. He's going to go for about 30 yards on the play as they will drop, throw, up the seam. Got it to the tight end. And Wake Forest responding quickly, responding well, responding inside the 5 goal to go with the 4. 3.5 running game. Got the score. Touchdown Wake Forest. And Hawaii now has to go and try to see what they can respond with as a pass up top is going to be caught. 32-yard line. 3 minutes to play. He'll throw over the middle again, and that's caught for a first down. 2.5 to go. Nicky on the carry. He's going to break 2 tackles, and Nicky's got the first down. Nice run from the 43. As you can see with the running backs, you get a talented back in there. Really just elevates the team. I mean, that's a nice play there, but Nicky turning that, what would have been like a 2-yard run into an 11-yard, 12-yard run. Nicky for another 9 yards. He's over 100 on the day from the 6. RPO attempt! And incomplete. 4th and 1. Give it to your best player. No, they throw. They got the score. No, ripped out of his hands. Incomplete. I would have highly advised getting the ball to your best player. Wake Forest, look at this run from their own 6. Breaks a tackle. Make it another. And Wake Forest, what a run. 78 yards. No touchdown. They will get it in on the next play to seal the game. Wake Forest wins it. Nicky runs for 106 and a touchdown, caps off his Hawaii career with a 1,700-yard, 17 touchdown season. This is a stacked year for running backs. And he almost runs for 100 yards in like every game. Now we go to Dante Hammer and his Florida Atlantic team taking a lead here against Syracuse as their 7-5 versus 7-5 matchup. Another opportunity for one of our smaller schools to take out an ACC team. As 3rd down and 1, the run keeper quarterback got the first down, breaking off some tackles. He's got 88 yards on the ground, so nice running effort from the quarterback, and he's also throwing it pretty well as well. He's got 2 touchdowns, no picks, and throwing again. 3rd down and 5, it's short. 4th and 1, and they're going for it. Love the call here, but it doesn't work. Shoots the gap and gets him, and that's great field position for Florida Atlantic to really take control of this game. 2nd down and 4. Drag Rowdy brings that in, but it's short by a yard. 3rd and 1. They go with the handoff. Hammer is down for no gain, and they'll try a 58-yard field goal. Kick is no good. I guess, I mean, he had some good leg on that one. It's just the accuracy, so I can't really get too mad at the attempt there. But now you've given Syracuse the second chance at the great field position that they just lost out on with that 4th down failure. Now they're right back where they were. They'll throw outside. That's caught. And to the red zone, the Orange go. As for 5 to play, keeper for the quarterback. He's going to go soar past 100 yards rushing and a touchdown. Syracuse, we are all tied up with under 5 to play, and reception here for Florida Atlantic. They got themselves 9. Hammer on the ground, gets the first. And Hammer's got himself nearing the 100-yard mark. Play action. He picks up the block, gives him enough time to find a receiver. So nice job from Hammer, even though he didn't touch the ball there. As 2nd down and 6. With time. He's just going to load up, throw it deep. Oh, it's almost caught. And he had that one knocked away at the last second. 3rd down and 6, incomplete pass. That one was really close. So Florida Atlantic has to punt. Syracuse with the grab there, and he almost was able to break free if he was able to get running there, but he got the 1st down regardless, and now the screen is able to get another 1st down. So Syracuse in control here. Couple more plays as they're going to take the shot over the top. What a grab! Touchdown Syracuse. I was talking about maybe getting a field goal to try to, you know, end the game on a kick, but no, they get the score, a minute to play, and they'll throw it deep. Florida Atlantic's turn. It's caught. Gets by the defender. Oh, touchdown. What a play. And they're going back and forth now with a minute to go. 28, and knocked away. 1st down, incompletion. 2nd down from the 15. Will we be headed to overtime? It's another incomplete pass. 3rd down and 10 from the 15. And Syracuse is gonna have it. Timeout burned. And now with 45 seconds to go, Syracuse can end this one if they get maybe another 20 yards, but they'll go down, sack. 30 seconds to go, they hurry it up. They want to play it aggressive here. Outside, incomplete. 29 seconds to play, they will punt. 21 seconds to maybe take this to overtime. They're going to go Hammer, short carry, just 2 yards. They won't burn a timeout, but they will hurry up. Maybe just give themselves one play like that where they are not quite in field goal range. They're not going to try from 64. They'll instead just go Hail Mary for the win. Putting it up, and it is caught! Touchdown! Hail Mary! And Florida Atlantic wins it! And my goodness, Florida Atlantic giving us a heck of a game. What a battle at the end there. A couple of great touchdowns on both sides. Syracuse with that bomb down the middle, and then the great grab along the sidelines to go all the way, and then the Hail Mary. Meanwhile, Cal's out here dominating Ball State. David Dove goes down for a 1,500-yard season, but loses the bowl game. My goodness, Florida Atlantic, that was awesome. But hey, we got to move to the playoffs now. We got all the other stuff out of the way. Liberty 13-0, Heisman winning running back Santiago De Castro, 31-28. Your score. Liberty leading, and they're driving right now. 9 minutes to play. Pass to the outside, cut out of bounds for 6. 2nd down and 4. De Castro, they go play action, hit the receiver, and De Castro's team move into the red zone. Play action again. And they'll go to the receiver, tight end, all of the players getting involved, and it's just a lot of play fakes to De Castro. They'll finally give him the ball here to try to punch it in. He's at the 1 yard away, snaking the quarterback, gets in. So De Castro played a supporting role on that drive, but it was a scoring drive to give him a 2-score lead. And maybe trying to prove why he deserved the Heisman for elevating a Liberty team all the way to the playoffs, undefeated. 4th and 3, Pitt got the completion for the 1st down, but trying to show that, yeah, I may have scored less touchdowns, but I elevated this team to maybe compete for a national championship. Because if you win here, you get to the final 8. You prove that you being here wasn't a fluke, as that ball thrown right at the linebacker, picked off. Liberty up by 10, and now with the ball in great range to keep on adding to their lead, and that's a great ball for a 1st down into Pitt territory. De Castro, they fake it to him. Quarterback keeper, and De Castro not touching the ball much right now. 4 minutes to play, they throw, and outside, caught, no, broken up. 3rd down and 6, and now they will fake it again. They just keep biting on the Heisman winner. 4th down and 5, they'll kick a field goal. So I mean, I guess if Pitt's plan was to just make sure that the Heisman winning running back can't see the ball, it's working in that regard. He's not seeing the ball much, but the issue is everybody else is seeing the ball, and they're seeing a lot of points as a result. So maybe you sold out a little too much to stop one guy, and you managed to not stop anybody else. As Pitt got to keep it moving, as they have a chance still if they can find the end zone here within the next maybe minute or so. And this is not going to happen. It's a sack fumble picked up by Liberty. And they are going to turn them over 41-28. triple option, and they will keep it again, but they on the run. DeCastro blocking as they go option again. This time pitch it to DeCastro, and he's got himself a solid little gain despite how that play started. Make it 6 yards, 2-minute warning. DeCastro sweeping to the edge. He doesn't get it, but by that point, they punt it. Pitt had a minute to go, no timeouts. They drive down the field and score a touchdown with 10 seconds to play. So, I mean, the final score looks a little bit nicer, but 41-35 onside kick picked up. Liberty is going to win this playoff game. And DeCastro, I mean, still ran for 125 yards on 27 carries. So his yards per carry was a little bit lower than usual because they were selling out to stop him, but it didn't stop him too much because he still had a great game. And now a big test, Liberty, Alabama. And right now Liberty is winning, but Alabama's got goal to go. Touchdown. And as soon as I said they were winning, they stopped winning. 28-24. And it's 3rd down and 9 for Liberty, trying to avoid a 3 and out. And the pressure, and on the blind side, and he's sacked. Alabama takes over with great field position, and the tight end's got a completion to him where he's got himself 16 yards on a 1st down. So Alabama just has the talent advantage, of course. And now inside the 10, goal to go. And Liberty is just too much to overcome. Just too much talent differential as that's a touchdown, Alabama. 2-score lead. And the 4th quarter slipping out of hand for Liberty. But they have gotten this far 14-0 for a reason. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here, especially when you can get the Heisman winner the ball. And he's not going to get much, just a yard, 6 minutes to play. They will go for it. And Liberty, is this their last hope? It's going to be a completion. And the game's still alive as they go DeCastro's way. And DeCastro fighting, 1st down. And that's a nice run. As we're going to see what else he can do, as he's got to try to help this team the best he can without running the ball too much. I mean, he's going to have to probably block well, receive maybe, as that's a stop on the read option. And Liberty will take the field goal here. It's a long kick. Kick is good. So it's a 1-score game, 8-point deficit, and Liberty's defense comes up with a big loss there. 3rd down to 12. Can they get the 3 and out? This would be huge to give them plenty of time, and Alabama throws it away. Liberty has a chance. 1 drive to get it done here, and the option stop for a loss. 3rd and 16, and that chance might be slipping away immediately. Hennessy's throwing it complete. It's 4th and 16, and they punt because they had all their timeouts, but Alabama is going to slowly start to squeeze the life out of this Liberty team. 1 1st down is going to be what does it here, and the run, that's gonna do it. And credit to Liberty, they played themselves a great game. Alabama not even kneeling the ball, they're running up the score. Touchdown, Bama. Could have just kneeled it, but that was unnecessary. All right, well, DeCastro has a rough game, but again, teams just had to sell out to stop him. He runs for 1,800 yards, 29 touchdowns, had 400 receiving yards, and 2 more touchdowns. So all-purpose, well over 2,000 yards and 30-plus touchdowns. I'm not saying he didn't deserve Heisman. He was incredible, but we had a guy out here who broke the record for the most touchdowns in a season rushing. And here he is, Louis Savage for Michigan, #1 team in the country, taking on Florida. And can he find himself not only stamping his claim into the record books, but stamping himself into a national title appearance? Well, he's got to get out of the 2nd round here as Florida takes the lead with a touchdown. And now Michigan with the extra point, getting blocked. Oh, we have a blocked extra point, picked up and taken back. And this is a game changer here. Instead of a 4-point lead for Florida, it's a 1-point lead. 20-19, you don't see that very often. Savage on the carry. He'll have a 7-yarder, 93 yards on the day. That's over the middle, and the defender jumped in front, picked off. As now Michigan's defense is set up in an awful spot. Florida running into their red zone after 1 play. And the only silver lining here is a touchdown keeps it a 1-score game because of that whole 2-point conversion, extra point block thing that happened. Unless Florida wants to go for 2, but we'll see because they punch it into the end zone here. They don't go for 2. It is a 1-score game, and Michigan Yeah, you can't make another big mistake like that. You got to find the end zone. You got to get the 2-point conversion as well. And you're going to have to, I mean, maybe lean on the guy who's got 38 touchdowns this season, but they are going to the air quite a bit. Their passing attack's pretty strong, but I'd say the rushing attack is still viable, still usable. They pull it out of his hands and throw that bubble screen, and they'll take that. That's about 9 yards, 3rd and 1. Here's where you should go. There you go, Savage up the middle, spinning off a tackler and a first down. He's over 100 on the day. As they go play action this time, get a receiver short, and it's going to be another 9 yards. As 3rd down situation will not have to come to be as Savage punches it through for another first down. 2-minute warning from the 10, and Michigan is going to be close in the marker. 3rd and 1 again. I'd say just keep doing the same thing. Savage, no, he stopped. 4th and 3, gotta go for it, and for the game, he's sacked. He's sacked in Florida with 1 first down. Ends it. And you put yourself in the record books for touchdowns, but you go 1 and done in the playoffs. And he runs for 1,600 yards, but 38 touchdowns. He had a 6-touchdown game against Illinois. That's ridiculous. I mean, you know, I get that they lost. It's rough, but I mean, what a season. Him and DeCastro. Amazing players, and they are deservedly going to the NFL as high draft picks. And how about the Michigan running backs? We talked about the freshman one. One of them stayed, Madden stayed. The other one, though, transferred to Michigan State. That's pretty bold. All right, that's really not going to earn yourself a lot of favor, transferring from Michigan to Michigan State, but you do you. Dante Hammer here, still rocking a 90-plus overall, still starting. Parker Cadella still starting at Boston College, not doing a whole much. David Dove at Ball State's pretty high overall. He'll probably be going pro, but how about David Ogunleye for Michigan State starting? Big jump from him. Alexander Madden, big jump from him. I said as long as one of the Michigan backs stayed, they were going to be okay. Well, one stayed. They're okay. They got themselves a new starter. Konakio, USF gets themselves another running back as well. And the new freshman B.J. Herring for Ole Miss. So what I have noticed so far is for running backs that do transfer, there's kind of a couple of schools that they do tend to favor. Manny Hector here looks really good. This is one of the best looking backs that we've had. Yeah, he could be special for Texas. And then the next couple of guys here. But yeah, there's a couple of schools that are kind of popular transfer places for like mid-tier schools for 5-star players, which is really interesting. But we make it to the end of the season, and Grant Worthy for Fresno State's going to end up not having a single 1,000-yard season as back-to-back years of starting. Fresno State's just in the dumpster right now, stinking it up. Dante Hammer, no bowl game this time around, unfortunately, but he has got 3 1,000-yard seasons, and he's probably going to go pro. Strong career from Hammer. Parker Cadella, speaking of strong careers, this is pretty much the opposite of a strong career. For a 5-star running back, 90 overall to get that many opportunities. He didn't do too hot. Konakio, 980 yards, so just shy of 1,000 for USF. And we go to some bowl game action. Ball State is going to get dominated by Liberty. No playoffs, you know, because their Heisman winner left. But David Dove, what a year. 1,600 yards, 25 touchdowns. He had a crazy good year. That's really nice. But now we get into some action. Washington versus Missouri, and moving Raquan Trueblood down to the 1. He's one of those 5-star running backs getting a starting opportunity. He's not doing too great this game, but his Washington squad is at 4th and 1. They're going to kick the field goal. 4th and goal from the 1, and they'll take a 2-score lead. Missouri now with the ball as they are going to go get tackled for a loss of 1, make it 3rd down and long, as that's going to be a completion. First down between these two ranked schools. 8 wins versus 9 wins. 17 versus 24. Missouri touchdown. And they find an open man. Gets them to a 3-point deficit now. It's Washington, incomplete pass. 3rd down and 9. 6 minutes to play. And they will throw on the run. Incomplete. and they will have to punt. So Missouri now very much in command here. Can tie the game up, can take the lead, and they got themselves in enemy territory. Screen outside, gotta get the first down. What a burst of speed to get him to the 35. 5 minutes to play. And looking, throwing, down the middle, caught, touchdown. Missouri responds so fast. And just like that, Washington's losing by 4. As with 4.5 to go. 3rd down and 10. Over the middle, it's caught. And down 4th and 7, they will punt. And everything going wrong for Washington right now. Missouri 3rd down and 1. And speed option, that was not very well ran. And it's going to be tackle for loss. So felt like Missouri, if they were to keep on rolling there, they could have ran the rest of this clock out. Instead, they've given Washington a bit of a chance in this one. Play action here, 2.5 to go. Flag is down. A lot of time. He gets rid of it. And this one, yeah, I mean, that flag was pretty early on. So that's going to be a holding penalty. And that'll back them up to 2nd down and 20. Make it 3rd and 20 after an incomplete pass. And down the field over the head of a receiver. 4th and 20. Blitz in deep pass. 1-on-1. Caught. Washington inside the 20. As they will go right up the middle, and they're running back. It's going to get him down to the 1-yard line to punch it in. He's down again, 3rd and goal. Still got to keep it trying, keep it moving, break a tackle. He's stopped again. 4th and goal at the 1. One more try, they throw it outside. Touchdown, Washington. No run game success there, but they get it in the passing game. And 27-24, last play of the game. Hail Mary, it's incomplete. And Washington, despite having a pretty rough stretch there, gets the job done. True blood, rough game. Just 2.6 a carry. And on the season as a whole, just about 700 yards and 7 touchdowns. So not great for a starting running back, only one 100-yard game. But we move ahead. Michigan State versus Florida. So, I mean, we have a little bit of a traitor here going from Michigan to Michigan State, and he has now put them into a ranked position in the country. 8 wins on the season and up by 7 right now against an 8-win Florida team. As Gators incomplete. 4th and 16, they will settle for a field goal here in the rain. Kick is good, and we take over with Michigan State. Handing it off, and there he goes. Big run already, and that's going to get him a 1st down. Trying to get that bowl victory here. Ogunleye again on the carry. Another 1st down, 6.5 to go. 3rd down and 10 design rollout. He's going to roll right into pressure, and he goes down, so they'll have to punt it away as Florida takes over. Stiff arm, get it outside for an 8-yarder. 3rd down and 1, and they sneak it ahead for the 1st. So down to under 5 to go, and a little triple option here gets into the edge, and he got the 1st down and a move to get him to the 42. It's a nice play there. Nice play making as they are going to have a clean pocket. Fire to a wide open man. Red zone opportunity. 2 minutes to go. Taking their time. And 4th down to hit. Suddenly Florida in trouble now as they'll find a wide open man in the end zone. Touchdown. I mean, he wasn't wide open. That's pretty dang open, especially in that circumstance, that situation. But Ogunleye, big run. He's over 100. Go for about 30 on the play. A minute to go. And they're trying to find themselves maybe heading to overtime. It's at the 20. Diving for another 30-yard run. This time the quarterback had it. Ogunleye, carry, 1st down. Inside the 5. And I don't love this, are just going to kick the field goal now. As a flag, it was just a roughing the kicker, which is weird because I have roughing the kicker off. I always turn it off, but I guess that was just so egregious they had to call it. I don't know. We're in overtime, though, as Michigan State 24-24 as they run to the outside, and Florida already wasting no time. 19 yards on the play, goal to go as they go inside. Handoff, tackled for just a 1-yard gain. 3rd down and goal from the 5. Quarterback throw, an end zone touchdown. Michigan State got to respond now, and they got to have to turn their attention maybe to Ogunleye, who is not going to be out there. A backup running back instead receives that one for a gain. Now Ogunleye, after the 9-yarder from the backup, he's going to come in and get 8 yards of his own. Goal to go as they'll throw it. And with 8 yards out. Ogunleye down to the 1. He's 1 yard away. 3rd and goal. Ogunleye tackle for a loss. 4th and goal. Game is over. Florida wins it. Goal line stand. And Ogunleye had a great game, 130 yards and a touchdown. No bowl win, but he runs for 1,100 yards, 21 touchdowns after getting no touches for Michigan. He goes against Michigan, runs for 122 and 2 touchdowns, so he showed up in a big moment there. Speaking of Michigan, they go and win their bowl game pretty comfortably over Louisville. Alexander Madden, just under 1,300 yards and 19 touchdowns. So both running backs doing pretty good for themselves, Michigan and Michigan State. And as the season comes to a close, Dante Hammer will go in the draft 3rd round. David Dove, 3rd round pick as well. And we have the next 3 guys committing. Pitt and Georgia, Syracuse are all getting new backs. Parker Cadell is still starting at Boston College. This dude, I mean, he's got a longevity award, I guess. He's just not very spectacular, but the 2 Michigan State backs are going to be going head-to-head this year. Raekwon Trueblood, after a rough bowl game, is going to be back for another year starting. Manny Hector for Texas, who I said was one of the better-looking prospects that we've had. He's going to be starting. And also Kona Keo for USF as well. So the next couple of guys. Trenton Norris for Pitt, star Dev. And I think by now you got a pretty good idea of at least all these archetypes that we've been getting, kind of what we are expecting here. So Cam Youssef for Georgia, see what he can get for an opportunity. Tavares Ezekiel, I have to wonder if the guys that are committing to Syracuse here, maybe they don't have a reason to maybe move because they're at a decent school where they should see opportunities potentially. But we got 4 more 4-stars in the next class, and they are looking pretty okay. No gems, no busts. All of them just pretty standard running backs. But Texas makes the playoffs here. 9-win team in the playoffs, but they do make it. Alexander Madden, he goes and makes an all-NCAA team. Parker Cadella finally runs for 1,000 yards for his 2-win Boston College team. That team, dude, he started for 4 years. It was just terrible. The team was just terrible. I mean, he was all right, I guess, but Kona Keo runs for 1,000 yards for his 4-win USF team. And how about Raekwon Trueblood, 700 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's kind of just splitting carries right now with another running back, so he's a starter, but he's not the dominant ball carrier. Michigan, meanwhile, they go and take on Ball State and win 51-0. So Michigan, we're not even getting to see Alexander Madden. He runs for 32 touchdowns. So he's out here. I guess Michigan's just got it like that with the rushing touchdowns for their running backs. But we're not even getting really a chance to see him because they're just dominating their bowl games. Meanwhile, same thing for Michigan State, 36-10. Spartans dominate New Mexico. So a little bit of a mismatch there. 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns, and almost 7 yards a carry for Ogunleye. I mean, he was awesome. So, sorry that we didn't get a whole lot of action there because they just got to play Ball State and New Mexico in their bowl games. But, it is what it is. Sometimes that's just kind of the hand you get dealt, and you got to roll with it. So we move to the playoffs. Texas taking on Florida. And Texas may have only been a 9-win team, but they are out here on the road against Florida, and they are winning right now in a sack. Is going to force a field goal. Try Florida, though, for the lead. Kick is good. 17-16. Manny Hector, a running back for this Texas squad, getting an early chance in his career to be the guy. And, I mean, we'll see if he can reach the highs that some of these other guys have. We already, seen guys go to a national championship. We've seen guys win a Heisman Trophy. I don't know what the next kind of milestone we're getting. We obviously want to win a national championship, maybe see a 2,000-yard rusher is kind of what we're looking for. That'd be pretty cool, but we are at 3.5 minutes to go, and it's been pretty just, nothing much going on here on either side other than that field goal from Florida. Time is ticking fast. Teams are trading the ball back and forth. 3rd down and 7, 2.5 to go, and Texas, this is their chance to kind of make a game-winning drive here, and that could be the real Kickstarter for it. 2nd down and 5. Hector loses 4. 3rd down and 9. 1.5 minutes to go. They need to get a couple of yards here instead. They're going to take a shot deep. They got it. And the risk pays off. Hector on the carry. Breaks the tackle. Touchdown. And Manny Hector for the game potentially winning score. The 2-point conversion is good. Florida, with a minute to go, has to try to find points here to make it go to overtime. They got to go 59 more yards after that scramble as they'll check it down short. They're down to one timeout as well, and the running back gets them a first down at about midfield. 48 seconds to play. Outside knockdown. Pass was behind, and the defender got a hand on it. 3rd down and 10, 45 seconds to play, and caught short, though. 4th and 2. Game is on the line here. They're going to hold on to their timeout. They're just going to try to rush it here. 35 seconds to go. 4th and 2, and he's taking a shot down the field. Tipped and incomplete. No, it's intercepted. He just had it fall into his hands. Regardless, though, it doesn't matter if it was incomplete or intercepted. Game over. Texas wins. Manny Hector goes for 98 yards, including the game-winning touchdown. Now here, unfortunately, we find ourselves in a game against Penn State. 24-3 is your score, and Texas has been absolutely stonewalled up until this point. I mean, on offense throughout the first 3 quarters and the first half of the 4th quarter, it's been nothing. And we're going to hop in here with just under 4 minutes to go, where Texas is trying to mount a 21-point comeback. I mean, I would have loved to show you more, but there isn't much to show you. Texas, though, finally takes the top of the defense. Touchdown, Longhorns. Onside kick, Penn State recovers. And with just under 3 to go, Penn State trying to run out this clock read option. And he fumbles the football. Texas picks it up. Maybe we're not done quite yet. Texas, they did burn a timeout, but they still have 2 and the 2-minute warning. And Texas moving inside Penn State territory. Last play before the warning. Throwing it over the middle. It's caught. And now another first down to the 29. And up the save. Goal to go. And maybe this can happen. 2nd and goal. End zone. Touchdown. Longhorns out of nowhere. Outside kick. And Penn State picks it up. So now they got to run out this clock for a first down. And Penn State does not get it. And they actually punt. So with 24 seconds to go, I mean, it's not a lot of time. But Texas, oh no, he's sacked. It's 4th and 21 at the 2-yard line. This is a disaster. I don't know if you can get 98 yards in basically one play. This is it. Texas has to buy some time, but he's sacked. And a safety to end the game. That was a weird ending. They did kind of scare Penn State for a moment, but Manny Hector has a brutal game. 16 carries, 33 yards, and a loss. But he ends up running for 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, and a really solid season overall as a true sophomore. So we will take that. Parker Cadella, I mean, he eventually accumulates enough statistics and stuff to go in round 2. Ogunleye goes on the first round. Alexander Madden goes in the first round. So, you know, shame we didn't get to see more of them. Tavares Ezekiel actually does transfer from Syracuse to Mississippi State. And the next crop of backs goes to Alabama, Penn State, Louisville, and Colorado. So Raekwon Trueblood here. Will he get more carries than just 150-ish? Kona Keough, can he win at USF? Manny Hector now 99 overall. I guess he's out here looking for a bit of engines here. He's going to be going pro for sure next season. Tavares Ezekiel's going to start for Mississippi State. And then we have the new guys. Doug Butler is going to be a 79 overall with a couple of skill caps everywhere. Kiki Bostar, Dev, Penn State, and he looks to be pretty solid as well. All these guys were just kind of normal backs, no gems, no busts between them. Zach Menzie for Alabama. He's got a little bit more limitation for his hands and his power, but hey, maybe he can max out that quickness. And John Westbrooks, I feel like Colorado's had a number of running backs and like none of them have been great. Like, not to say they've all been bad, but like none of them have really done a whole lot. Jason Lanier, that's a gem running back right there. Elusive bruiser and another elusive bruiser. Nothing going there, but he's also from Hawaii, which is pretty cool. So we do have a gem and 2 regulars. Not a whole lot of busts right now as of late. Manny Hector ends up taking home best running back and was NCAA All-American. Raekwon Trueblood actually gets literally 1 carry less than he did last year. And this never gets a chance to be like the out-and-out number 1 200-plus carry guy. Kona Keough gets 1,000 yards for his losing USF team. So, I mean, good on him to run for 1,000 yards in back-to-back seasons. Tavares Ezekiel, speaking on good on him for succeeding 0-8 in the SEC, but he ran for 1,000 yards, so at least he got his. And we go to the playoffs here. Texas, they got to take on Old Dominion in the first round. Well, I'm not surprised that that's how that went. 41-3, Texas dominated. Now we move on to the second round, fourth quarter underway. They're taking on Louisville. Now, Butler is not starting, is not playing, but he's going to watch on the bench as Manny Hector goes to work. Louisville's up by 4 after that touchdown. And Manny Hector spins away and gets a big run as he will have him to the 43-yard line. Down by 4, trying to go and get this touchdown drive to take the lead as Hector gets 7 more on the play. They're going to keep it with them. Hector, he was the best running back in the nation for a reason. He is who they're leaning on right now as they go screen now. As that's going to be 4th and 2. They're going for it. And they got an open man underneath. They're going to say, take the shot. Deep is wide open. Touchdown, Texas. I was looking short and saying they had an open man. But yeah, when a guy gets open down the field, he can take the top off, get the score 31-28. And Louisville's quarterback has had an incredible day. 4 touchdowns, no picks. But he has to keep on adding to it, and I guess I jinxed him. That's he got a pick, and not only that, it's a pick 6. Texas scores. Oh no, I feel like Jim Nantz right there. I can't be doing that. I can't just say he has no picks and then he immediately throws a pick on cue. All right, well now it's a 10-point game, and Louisville's got him a 2-score deficit that have to overcome. Their quarterback, they got to shake it up. You're still having a phenomenal day, even if you gave 1 to the defense. You gave 4 touchdowns to your offense, so keep on adding to it. Can he find the end zone a 5th time? 11 from the 13-yard line, 2 minutes to play. And he will tuck, run, and find the end zone for a 5th time. They'll have all their timeouts. They'll have the 2-minute warning, so it is doable. Hector out of the backfield, and Manny Hector can catch it out of the backfield as well. That's a first down timeout used. 2-minute warning has hit. They will throw, and down the field. Incomplete. Doesn't matter since it was a clock stoppage anyway. 3rd down and 10, though. Can they get the first down here? He's got time. He's going to have an incomplete pass, and Louisville's going to have a chance in this one, as they will throw over the middle for a first down. Can they get this thing to overtime? They will throw outside, caught, midfield, spins up a defender and gets it for a first out the 40-yard line. They're right on their edge of field goal range. They can maybe hit it from here. Now is it's a first down in the red zone. They're maybe thinking a win. Can they win it here? As they'll run it, playing it safe, trying to make sure they bleed the time. 8 yards out, but they actually played it super safe. Bled the time down all the way to 0 and got the field goal. We're going to overtime. Louisville has it first as they lose the yard. 2nd down and 11 after the first play. Didn't go their way. Now Louisville's got it inside the 5. Down to the 4. Goal to go. And for the score, he fumbles the ball. Sacked. Picked up. Texas. Oh, it's going to be a walk-off scoop and score. Touchdown. Longhorns. And they win it in overtime with a scoop and score. Their offense didn't even need to see the field. Hector goes for 5 a carry. Solid day overall. And Texas is on to the semifinals against number 1 Ohio State. 27-27 your score. It's a tight one here, and Texas is on their way, driving to the red zone. And a first down at the 14-yard line. Now we jump to 3rd down and 7. Hit as he's throwing. End zone. Touchdown. Right at the goal line. He breaks a tackle and gets in. Texas is on top. And the national championship so close for them. 6.5 minutes ago, Ohio State run the football. That's going to be a tackle for a loss of 1. 3rd down and 11. 6 minutes to go as they take a shot deep. It's incomplete. 4th down, they punt, and now it's time for Texas to get to going. First down pass as 4 touchdowns already in the air for Texas's QB, and he is having himself one heck of a day. He's got the interception, but it hasn't really hurt them too much as the run game is not going to get him a first. They will punt, and at least they took a little bit of time off the clock here. Ohio State, though, still plenty of time. 3 minutes, 3 timeouts, and they got to go 70 yards. And now the run as he's breaking a tackle. Ohio State 26 on the play. 2:30 to go in Texas territory. And a completion 33-yard line. They'll go run. They will lose a yard. 3rd down and long. And the 4-man rush. Take a shot deep. 1-on-1. Incomplete. Ohio State, maybe their last chance. Taking the shot out of field, and it's got a completion. Ohio State still alive, and touchdown on the next play. That was so close to turning a completely different direction, but now we're here in overtime. Ohio State looking to stun Texas. They got a first and a 1st down run, 12 yards. They go on the ground again, and down right about the half-yard line. 1st and goal, play action, sack. Oh, they almost just had a touchdown, and now they gotta go and try to find themselves back to where they were. 3rd and goal from the 3. Can they find it in? He is sacked again. So close, yet so far as they gotta kick a field goal. And now Texas can win it here with a touchdown as their shot is gonna be one immediately to the 5. Goal to go. Will it be Texas? Handoff? No. 3rd down and goal for the national title appearance. Touchdown. Longhorns are going to the title game. And they are going to be led out there. Manny Hector, 55 yards on the ground. Not a crazy game, but he did enough to get them there. Alabama's who's waiting for them on the other side. As it's 29-17. Alabama's down, but they got the ball. As they are going to have a 4th down opportunity early on. They will punt. So Manny Hector taken back over to the edge. Hector, 1st down. And he's having a much better day. He's over 120 yards on the game, and he picked the right time to have a great game. 6.5 to go. Throw it outside. That's going to be caught with room and a 1st down. Texas looking to add on to this lead. Can they make it a 3-score game? Bubble left side. And no, not quite a 1st down. They will go 4th and 1. Field goal try. Kick is good. And there's a flag again. It was another rough in the kicker. I don't even know what's going on. I turned it off, and it's still happening, but it made sure the field goal is good. Everything is fine. 32-17. Alabama over the middle. 3rd down conversion, but a 2-touchdown game. A 2-point conversion is going to be needed as well. Alabama with the grab, broken tackle, and get to the 31-yard line, but there's just under 3 minutes to go. Alabama's running out of time already, and they're inside the 10 now. As maybe if they could score here on the plus side of the 2-minute warning. Yes, they do. They will have very much a good opportunity here, but they have to stop Manny Hector, who they have not been able to stop all game. That's a first play. That gets them 4 yards. Then they throw it, and that'll be quick for another 4. 3rd down and 2. Hector to help put it away. Hector, 1st down. Game technically not over, but it's really close now as Texas is going to have another completion timeout. They'll have one more clock stoppage for the 2-minute warning. Run play. Hector, this time he's got it, and it's all over. 1st down, game over. He runs for 178 yards, 2 touchdowns, and leads the Longhorns to a national title victory. And he ran for over 2,100 yards, 25 touchdowns in 17 games, and his best game of the year yardage-wise came in the national title game. He's an obvious slam dunk 1st-round pick. A heck of a year. And a couple of other guys, Trueblood, Keogh, get drafted as well. As we see the next 3 running backs. Lanier is going to go to Michigan. He was the really good back, and I'm a little scared if Jason Lanier sticks around at Michigan because he looked really good. But we only have 1 running back starting this season. It's at Mississippi State, who pretty sure just went like winless in the SEC. So I'm not exactly holding my breath for any bowl game appearances there. Jason Lanier, elite dev, and he has a limitless ceiling. Oh boy, you better pray he transfers. He could break the touchdown record because we've already had 2 Michigan running backs go for 30-plus touchdowns in a season. We only have 1 running back next season, and it's a bust running back. So maybe we'll hit a little bit of a slower point right now as no playoff appearances. Mississippi State, they do win in the SEC. Just 2 games, though. 3 wins overall. No bowl games. Tavares Ezekiel still is playing admirably. He's still doing his thing. Larry Salmon, though, transfers from West Virginia to Cal, and Jason Lanier, he does transfer to Purdue. So can hold your breaths here. Jason Lanier looks so good, though. Tavares Ezekiel, 98 overall with the boosts and everything. He's really good, but still stuck on a bad team. Kiki Boss is starting at Penn State now. Zach Menzie for Alabama, who's, not too far removed from a national championship appearance. And Jason Lanier very quickly is going to find himself starting at Purdue. Lanier looks so good. Larry Salmon is going to be starting at Cal as well. And the new running back, Byron Couch, he was a bust, but he's still, close to an 80 overall without boost and impact dev, so he's not bad or anything. And now we have 3 more running backs. Brightwell, a gem. Kareem Streeter, a gem. And another running back, no gem. Okay, 2 out of 3, though, were gems. Get to the end of the season. And Alabama #1 seed, so we will see some playoff action. It looks like Tavares Ezekiel, poor guy, just ran for 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons, is amazing and never even seen a bowl game. Poor guy. It's unfortunate for him, but Penn State gets a bowl victory over UTSA 37-0. It's a bit of a beatdown, but Kiki Boss, 1,200 yards, 19 touchdowns for him. And added on his best game against UTSA for 172 yards. Cal versus Tulsa. Cal takes care of business 38-17 in their bowl game. And Salmon runs for 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. So another solid season overall, 4 100-yard performances, including a touchdown in the bowl game against Tulsa. So now we go. Jason Lanier, Purdue, 25th ranked in the country. Lanier is one of the players that I think, I said Manny Hector was like one of the best looking running backs that we've had. Jason Lanier is also up there as like one of the best looking running backs that we've had. And Lanier, he's over 150 yards, did that say, in this game against Utah, 17-7, and with the ball 3rd down and 16. But yeah, Lanier is looking great and throwing it deep. Purdue incomplete. And 4th down field goal, trying to make it a 13-point game. Kick is no good, wide left. Utah now has great field position, and a field goal makes it a 1-score game, as that's a completion right into range already. So with 5 minutes to go, they are in a spot where this comeback is very plausible. 4th down, though, they will settle for the field goal. Kick is almost blocked. It is through the uprights, and we have ourselves a 7-point game where I'm sitting here saying, give it to Jason Lanier. Will they go play action? And a free rusher sacked them 3 and out. Utah takes over. Once again, great field position. Only got to go like half the distance of the field. And because of that, they are finding themselves going forward here on 4th down, getting a 1st down, and moving to the 38-yard line. 2-minute warning. Throwing outside. Caught, and right at the 21-yard line, they get 2 yards here to make it 3rd down and 8 from the 19, as they are at 1st and goal now. They're moving it quickly. 20 seconds to go. Utah tackle for loss. 3rd and goal. 20 seconds to go. Sacked. And now Purdue, to lock up this game, defense is gonna get it done. Purdue wins. Jason Lanier goes for 159 yards, though, on 9.3 a carry. He runs for 1,600 yards. Only 4 touchdowns, though. But he ran for 1,600 yards on good efficiency and almost ran for 100 yards in every single game. That's a real shame that he actually only had 4 touchdowns. I don't think I've seen that many yards with that little touchdowns in this game. 1,600 yards, 4 touchdowns? That's like a Julio Jones stat line. Like, what the heck are we doing? Alabama now in the playoffs. Said that they were the 1 seed. Zach Menzie, the running back here, number 20. You can see him out there. Screen to the tight end. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And a 2-point conversion. 26-14. Menzie is going to have the 2-pointer. 14-point lead now. Michigan having to pull off a comeback here, as, man, would it be nice to have Jason Lanier right now, who, is out here running for 1,600 yards. It could have really helped this Michigan team. So that maybe is like kind of the what could have been of this video, because Lanier looks to be amazing. Michigan has clearly proven to do a lot of good stuff at running backs. They've already had Madden and Savage run for 30-plus touchdowns. They have the NCAA all-time touchdown leader in a single season. And maybe this would have been the team to get it done if they had a star-studded back. I mean, this guy not so bad, though. Touchdown. And Michigan makes it a 1-score game, 28-21. Throwing it down the middle, incomplete. Bama, 3rd down and 10. looking to avoid the 3 and out. Outside, down the field, incomplete. 4th, and they will punt it. Quick 3 and out. Bama's defense, though, forces a 3rd and long immediately. Under 3 minutes to play. And completion, and that's not going to get them the first. That'll be 5 yards shy. They will go for it, of course, with all their timeouts. 2-minute warning still on their side. They get the first down. And Bama almost was able to get off the field there and maybe even end this one, but now they gotta let the D-line tee off. Rushing, sacking them, 3rd and long, 3rd and 16, one-on-one incomplete. It's 4th and 16, and now the game really on the line here with a minute to play. Gotta go down the field. They take their shot. It's picked up, and Bama takes it away. 1 first down for the finish, and Menzi's got it, and bouncing over the defender. Menzi breaking another tackle, got him down. And how about, for good measure, read option, quarterback going all the way. Menzi hit the block down the field. Touchdown, Bama. And they'll go straight to the semifinals. Menzi goes for 88. The quarterback had that big run, and they combined for 140 on the day as they are now in a tough one against Notre Dame. The problem here is Bama has 9 points on the board, just a bunch of field goals, down by 10. Here's the punt return after a stop, and with 9 minutes to play in the 4th quarter, it's a nice return where he's going to get over 30 on it and take it past midfield. Bama needs to find the end zone. They can afford to take a field goal on this drive to make it a 1-score game, but I think the frustration kicking in that you just keep settling for field goals will really be prevalent here. So if you can get the touchdown now, that would go a long way for confidence. 13-yard line. The punt return sparked it, and now finishing it off. Give me the offense. Inside the 5, down to the 4. 3rd down, and sneak it for the 1st and goal at the 1-yard line as they'll fake the toss to Menzi. Roll left, throw it to Menzi, and he will lose yards. 3rd and goal, throw in, and knocked out at the line. 4th and goal. And that's about as frustrating as it gets. Not only do you get that close, but you have to once again settle for a field goal. 19-12. Notre Dame on the run for the 1st down as we are ticking under 5 minutes to play. And sack for Bama. 2nd and 17. Needed that one to push them back, but as 2nd 17, that's a diving grab. And it erases that easily. And the 1st down on the sneak. Imagine 2nd and 17. You give them a 3rd and inches sneak for a 1st down. How about jumping ahead, though, to another 3rd down opportunity right on the fringe of field goal range. They try to run it. They get nothing. And this is bold. A 59-yard kick. It's no good. I don't know, with the way your defense has been playing and making Alabama need to drive the length of the field to score a touchdown, something they haven't done all game. I don't know if I love that. And I get the 2-score lead aspect, but man, Bama hasn't been able to score a touchdown all day. You give now a short field, and immediately Bama capitalizes. They're all the way to the 1-yard line. Minute and a half to go. Menzi, touchdown for the tie. And we could be headed to overtime unless Notre Dame's got something up their sleeve, and that's a nice run. That'll get their offense going. They're going to play it aggressive now as they'll throw curl route. Got the 1st down to the 43-yard line. And we know their kicker's got a boot. They can hit from 55 plus. The accuracy was just a bit off. And this one, well, this ain't going to be a 50-yard field goal, looks like, as they are at the 32. It's 49 from here, and keep on moving forward, and that's going to be a chip shot. They run the clock down. Notre Dame at the buzzer, kicks it through the uprights, and no harm done with that scenario decision making for a 59-yard kick. Everything turned out A-okay. Notre Dame wins it. Number 1 Bama goes down. Menzi, 1,200 yards on the dot, 11 touchdowns. And he is going to be back for another year as a starter. He will not go pro. Tavares Ezekiel, though, I mean, he was a good player for a really bad team. He goes in the 1st round. And, dude, Colorado, I feel like, always gets, like, the worst 5-star running back. They always have the last-ranked 5-star running back commit to them, and they end up just stinking, which is really funny. We'll see if this one's a little bit different. So, Boss still starting for Penn State. Menzi at Alabama. Jason Lanier at Purdue. And we have Larry Selman at Cal as well. So that's 4 starters on the board. Brightwell looked pretty good, was a gem, and for USC is going to be a star development. Already maxed out on speed. which is interesting. So he's all right. Kareem Streeter looks pretty good for Ole Miss. Impact Dev, also already maxed out on speed, but I mean, as long as you aren't getting, as long as you're not getting Colorado luck. I mean, another normal dev for Colorado. Colorado's gonna have some of the most commits from these 5-star running backs, and like I think they've had like multiple normal devs. It's crazy, but we have 4 more players up and coming. Kareem Woods, Carmen, Sheets, Clay Brooks, all of them. He's a bust, Kareem Woods is, so there's a bust on the board for us. And a backfield threat, Max Sheets, is just a-okay, and we will move to the playoffs. Alabama did not make it, but we'll still get some Menzie action here. Larry Selmans, I mean, he is another case of a good player on a bad team. So he's able to not have a bowl game, but he's able to do himself pretty well. But this is a funny one. I don't think I've ran into this scenario before. Penn State won 8 games. They went 8-4 and didn't make a bowl game. How in the world does Penn State win 8 games and not make a bowl game? Did they have a bowl game ban? Did another scandal come out or something? What do you mean you went 8-4 as Penn State and didn't make a bowl game? Here's what happened to Alabama. This is a good play right here. How about Menzie on the wheel route, sneaking out of the backfield? Menzie, 73-yard touchdown to headline this Alabama beatdown of USC as Menzie finds it in the air, finds it on the ground, another touchdown to wrap it up. So this one was a blowout, but a blow in which Menzie did pretty good, 44-20. But, you know, I understand a 6-6 team not making because they finished really low in the conference. I've seen 7-win teams not make a bowl game. I don't think I've ever seen an 8-win team not make it. Maybe I'm just not paying attention, but that seems pretty crazy to me. As for Purdue, sadly, their bowl game did not go their way. They were down. Final score ended up being a 14-point loss, but it was a little bit worse than that. Jason Lanier, though, I mean, oh my goodness, what a guy, man. 1,700 yards, ran for 100 yards in every single game in the season. Like, find me a player with that type of consistency, especially on a team like Purdue. Like, they're no disrespect to Purdue, but they're not like some crazy team. They are putting the ball in Lanier's hands, and they are letting him carry. And he ran for 100 yards in every single game in the season. So Colorado's running back immediately transfers to UL Monroe. Also, Ole Miss is running back. What the heck's going on here in Louisiana? UL Monroe just has 2 5-star running backs. Go and transfer to them. It's okay, yeah, sure, why not? Jason Lanier, now a 99 overall. This dude is ridiculous. Like, seriously. I think Jason Lanier is one of the most talented running backs we've had in the video, and he is, I don't want to say wasted at Purdue, like they're a back-to-back top 25 school, but like, man, if he stayed at Michigan, man, like they were in the playoffs every single year. If he was on one of those teams and maybe didn't have to carry the offense and instead could just be the best player on a good offense, would be pretty wild. So we're gonna see what Lanier can do and try to carry this team even more. Maybe you can find Purdue in the playoffs, maybe. But here's the next couple of guys. Kareem Woods for Notre Dame, Max Sheets, Impact Dev. So these guys not exactly hitting the highest overalls, but Clay Brooks for Texas was pretty nice. And UL Monroe, it's funny. They're just going to have 2 5-star running backs, I guess. But Bryce Sowell's 1 player, 1 5-star running back, but he's a gem. So we'll take that. Michigan in the playoffs again, but no Purdue. It's really unfortunate. Byron Couch transferred from Wisconsin to Michigan State. He started. Michigan State went 1-11. I don't know what happened to them since the last time we checked in on them. UL Monroe, well, they got 2 5-star running backs, so let's take a look at them. They went 12-1. I guess that's what happens when you get some premium talent on your team. 20-20 years score. They're taking on a 6-6 Rice team. Kareem Streeter is the guy who got the nod as the out-and-out starter for this team. So he's going to have his team 4th and 1. Tie game midfield. They handed off, and no good. The backup came in, and he did not get the first down. So Rice, I mean, hey, it's a 6-6 team against a 12-1 team, but we could be seeing a little bit of an upset here as a sack is going to drop Rice. 3rd and 17. 8 minutes to go. Hand off and tackled for a loss. They didn't even get into field goal range. Instead, UL Monroe will take back over, throw it deep, and incomplete. 3 and out. Go back over to Rice. How about them outside in good field position again? 1st down into field goal range, breaking a tackle to the 28-yard line. 5.5 to go. How about 3rd down and 9? And tipped up. Should have been picked. and instead they'll be handed a field goal, but that just should have straight up been an interception. No excuse on that one. You got to catch it as read option, and UL Monroe is going to go 3 and out again. My goodness, they're playing garbage in this fourth quarter, and there's only, maybe about 4 minutes to go, as Rice is actually looking like the 12-win team right here. I mean, UL Monroe, you're not looking like a 12-1 team right now, as that's going to be a catch. You just got that ball caught on the top of your head, and Rice about to take a 2-score lead here, as they are inside the red zone now. 10 catches, 105 for that receiver. Third down from the 5. Rice swinging outside. He's got the block and a touchdown. My goodness, what kind of 12-win team are you? You're looking terrible. Outside, caught, and UL Monroe, last gasp opportunity to try to make this a game. They'll throw it deep, picked off, and UL Monroe will go down 12-1 and a loss in the bowl game. Streeter runs for 33 yards as the lead back. Not a great game from him, but a good season from him, as he had 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns. As the backup, the other 5-star running back we got here, was more the receiving back. He only had 300 rushing yards, but he had 300 receiving yards. So a grand total of just under 700 all-purpose yards. Nice season. Now we move to Purdue. Jason Lanier is a monster of a running back. And just to kind of key you in on another thing here, he has also ran for 100 yards every game this season as well. So far, at least. We still got this last one against Hawaii, but he's been out here just playing unbelievable. He has got 100 yards, and I don't know what the streak would have extended to from his first season, but at the very least, he's got 100 yards in 25 straight games or something like that. Like, he's crazy, as Purdue sneaks it in for a touchdown, 2-point conversion, 8 minutes to play for a 7-point lead. He's sacked. It leaves Hawaii with a 5-point deficit here, as Purdue has literally just hovered around this 8-9 win fringe top 25 team with Lanier. So man, I think I want to maybe stamp him, label him as the what if player of the video, because he got to play amazing football for his whole career. But if he was on a contending team, if he was on a good team, he didn't leave Michigan. Man, what are we looking at here? As Purdue with the interception, taking it back the other way and getting it down to the 38-yard line, so they will have it now as Lanier takes the carry. And look at Lanier, look at the shot out of a cannon speed. Touchdown untouched. Yeah, that's the type of player we're dealing with right here, as Hawaii eats up a lot of time to go and get a touchdown here to go and make it a 5-point game, and they check in the backup for a couple of carries, and that's going to give them a 2-minute warning. Hawaii allows the first down, game over. And I think the thing that's really annoying here, Jason Lanier has a great game, but he didn't get 100 yards. He had like 97. Look at the stats from him this season. Look at the stats from his career. He averaged 8 yards a carry, and Lanier, he only got to 97 yards because he had only 13 carries, but he goes in the first round. That dude is insane. He was amazing. I don't care that he never won any significant awards because he didn't get a lot of touchdowns or anything like that. That might be the most talented running back of the video. I maybe I'm crazy there, but that dude is crazy. Unfortunately that we didn't get to see him really compete, get to be on a team that could score a lot of touchdowns, but it is what it is. Meanwhile, for the next season, the UL Monroe duo is just a single now. Kareem Strader, who was the lead back, transferred to FIU, and he will be the starter over there. Steve Claybrook is going to start. Devontae Carmen for BYU is going to start, and Bryce Souls, the only guy to be taken note of here for true freshman, is headed to Florida. Looks pretty all right. And we will have 2 running backs here. Marvin Tuttle, Larry Youssef is going to be the duo here. And we head to the next season playoff bracket. You can see what we're looking at there, as we have our UL Monroe single running back. They fell from 12 wins to 5 wins. And I guess that's what happens when Strader goes and leaves your team. Byron Couch, Michigan State, a little bit higher up, 6-6, but no bowl game appearance because they finished 14th in the conference. And FIU, Kareem Streeter, I guess winning follows him, as he took his UL Monroe squad to a bowl game. Now FIU, 8 wins, so they made the conference championship as well, and he has got himself with a 73-yard gain, 2 first downs there, 3rd down and 10. FIU throwing it deep, and double coverage incomplete. They're up right now by 11 on Ball State, so a pretty comfortable lead right now, but Ball State gonna throw one deep, 3rd down and 6, and that is caught. Second defender came over, and it just did not matter as that ball gonna be handed. Loss of 2. 3rd down and 12. To the air, they will throw for the first down marker, and they have it. 1st and goal, quickly turns to 3rd and goal after a couple of incomplete passes, and then the end zone. They will find their man. Touchdown. Ball State 2-point conversion will be not there, and it'll be 21-16. FIU with it, and can they give it to Streeter maybe? For a 3rd and 1. That's not Streeter. That's the backup running back getting the carry, so I guess good on him. I don't know where Streeter is right now. He's taking a breather, I guess, as FIU moving it. And to the 48-yard line, they go with the handoff again. This is the backup running back. They're just hurrying it up with him in the backfield, and hey, he's doing his thing. Hey, he's jetting all the way inside the 10. And goal to go, so I guess no Streeter, no problem. 3rd and goal from the 8. He is moving into pressure. I mean, he kind of created that sack himself. The pressure was not really there until he kind of ran into it. So they have to settle for a field goal, and it's 24-16 as Ball State still with an opportunity to tie this one up. Deep ball caught, and that 2-point conversion that they missed, it's going to hurt because of the fact that now they have to go for 2 again if they score a touchdown. And that'll be just to tie the game up as they go drag route with the catch and run. Got space, got a lot of space, and he's inside the 15-yard line. 2 minutes to play. Play action underneath, got it inside the 10, spinning down to the 5. Goal to go now from the 2 as he'll throw and caught right at the pylon. Touchdown, 2-point conversion now for the tie. Sweeping to the outside, he's got it. Tied up, and could overtime be on the horizon here, and it's going to be a game-winning drive opportunity for the Panthers as they will go for 11 yards. First play, they still got a minute, 2 timeouts as they hit a receiver for 9 more. 55 seconds, 2nd and 1. Time, and he will scramble, gets through, gets it past midfield, and now in a great spot. Another first down, and you're in a good position. There you go. I think that's field goal range, and they're not going to play around. They're just going to take it here. And right at the buzzer, basically, is going to be a kick good. Ball State had a Hail Mary that they could not convert from like 80 yards out. So FIU wins it. Kareem Streeter, 1,600 yards and 19 touchdowns. So just racking up the yards. And in the next bowl game, Texas versus Tulane, 41-10. Even though Tulane was ranked, Texas wasn't. Texas was out here dominating. Steve Claybrooks, 24 rushing touchdowns, 1,200 yards. So a really nice season from him. Texas just not able to find themselves in any sort of playoff action. USC, meanwhile, they got smacked around by Central Michigan. What the heck is going on over here? Central Michigan wins by 20. As Brightwell is going to have 800 yards and 8 touchdowns. This is not a good season. Only 4.1 a carry is pretty rough. And yeah, we're just going to move on and act like that USC season didn't happen. Let's go to BYU versus Oklahoma, where BYU right now is winning by 17 with 2 minutes to go. Oklahoma makes that incredible grab in the end zone, but it's going to be an onside kick. This is one of those games where BYU was kind of doing their thing, and Oklahoma scored a touchdown, an impressive one at the end there, but Carmen is going to get a first down run here, and breaking tackles, get it a first down to end it, and Devontae Carmen goes for 154 and 2 touchdowns. So they move on to the second round. Here we go. BYU versus Tennessee, 24-20 is your score in Tennessee at the 1-yard line. Will run it into the end zone, so BYU down by 11. Keep their season alive. Carmen had that incredible round 1 game. He's, been pretty solid in round 2. Nothing crazy, though, as it's been the passing attack that's got to be something they lean on a little bit more as they hit the hitch route, and that'll be about 5 yards on the play. 3rd down and 5, 8.5 to go. That's going to be incomplete. overthrown, and now a punt. Look, really brutal for BYU, down by 11, 8 minutes to play, and Tennessee with the ball. 32-yard line play action right down the middle, and a first down. 45-yard line. I mean, you can't hold them to a field goal here, but I guess never mind. Don't listen to me. We got an interception now. BYU takes it over. Great field position, and with 7.5 to go, now things are looking a lot more feasible, a lot more possible for them with the great field position. Plenty of time, and already nearing field goal range where they have that first down to put them firmly into it. Want to get that touchdown 2-point conversion first to kind of know what you need on the next drive. But here they go, another first inside the 15-yard line. 6:20 to play, and hitch route, got him. And 9 more, 6-yard line, 3rd and 1. They pull it from Carmen, quarterback keeper. Goal to go from the 3, and Carmen on the carry, cuts it inside. Touchdown, BYU. And they don't go for 2. I don't know why you wouldn't go for 2. I mean, I know there's 5 minutes to go, but, like, what's the difference between a 4 and a 5-point game, really? I mean, and it's especially since you can get it to a 3-point game. But I will just let it be, as BYU got a sack there on first down. 2nd down, they get 5 yards, but it's still 3rd and 11. Pressure in. Big D tackle disrupted that one, and the screen got blown up on the outside as well. So BYU, maybe it just doesn't matter if they got the 2-point conversion, tried it or didn't try it. They find the end zone here with 3 minutes to go. It's their lead regardless of what they chose to do. But it would be nice to have to settle for a field goal here, worst case scenario. But you know, the game logic isn't always perfect. 2-minute warning has hit 36-yard line, 2nd down and 5, as they will get a completion. 2 defenders were there. Neither were able to make a play on the ball. 24-yard line, play action again. Stepping back, deep drop, moving right, and sacked. 21 yards to go now on 2nd down. They check it to Carmen. And I don't hate that to try to make it a bit more 3rd and manageable. It is 4-down territory, so you can even, use another play here to get yourself closer or take a shot like that. 4th and 11. Game on the line. And short. It's not even close. Yeah, you probably should have went for 2. Carmen runs for 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he had a nice playoff run. And Devontae Carmen, how about just shy of 1,900 yards and 16 touchdowns? Actually, a great season from him. One of the more productive seasons that we've had from a yardage perspective. So we'll see what he's got going back at it for another season. We also have Kareem Streeter here, Brightwell. And we will see also Monroe got their guy still, because why not? I want to see Clay Brooks. There you go. How about maxed out quickness? 96 overall. See if Texas can find themselves in the playoffs. And BYU, 97 overall is Devontae Carmen. And the next group of freshmen, Larry Youssef, impact dev. He went to Nebraska. There was really no transfer news. No one really left. No one got drafted. Nothing really substantial happened. It was probably the quietest offseason we've had. Marvin Tuttle, though, also goes to Texas. I don't know how that's going to work, but maybe he could wait his turn. Carnell Short is going to be the next running back. We have 2 backs here, and they are both perfectly fine, standard guys. Playoff bracket has hit, and unfortunately, I do not see any BYU in there. I would have loved to see Devontae Carmen get another chance in the playoffs. Brightwell, not a good season. What's going on with USC, man? They are disgusting. Oh my goodness. Monroe, 2 wins. They have completely fallen off from that 12-win season to now being a 2-win team. And their running backs out here getting a 100-yard game just one time. Byron Couch, I mean, Michigan State hasn't been too good either, but their running back is out here 1,400 yards. So, at least the running backs, a lot of them have kind of shown to be maybe, team-proof in some ways. There are some guys where it's just hey, they're going to get their numbers. They're going to still perform. They're going to put up, legitimately really good seasons, even if you win 2, 3, 4 games. Which is nice to see, at least, that, not everybody's going to be put in the Ashton Genty situation where they are playing with the biggest pile of garbage up blocking for them ever, and they make a good running back look like garbage. So, it's nice to see. So we go FIU again, as they are finding themselves in another bowl game. Streeter has been perennially popping up here in the postseason for his FIU or UL Monroe teams, as FIU scrambling down inside the 5, trying to extend that lead to a 2-touchdown game. They throw outside, short of the sticks, and he gets around and in. Touchdown, Panthers. 2-point conversion now is going to be no good, but still, take a 12-point lead, no problem here. As with 7 minutes to go, they're going to throw it deep, and a one-on-one ball. Okay, what a grab. That looked like it was a little bit of a tough one to juggle, but hey, he got that one. As Southern Miss trying to pull themselves back within one score. 6 minutes to go. They will go and get sacked. Loss of 8 on the play, as they will hand it off on 3rd and 17. That's not going to happen. 4th and 20. And this one, I would have said game over, but my goodness, there was just not a lot of great coverage there. And they get it down to the 1. Southern Miss touchdown. I don't know what the heck I just watched. A 3rd and 17 run and then a 4th and 20 conversion in that situation. That was just bad on both sides. I don't know what that was. 3rd down, though. You're trying to avoid a 3 and out here. The Southern Miss is going to give themselves a chance, and they will. Sack, and okay, well, I guess they could make this happen. Throwing deep middle, caught, and breaking a tackle, and that's going to be to the 26-yard line. So Southern Miss is just on a roll right now. Red zone to the 12. Their quarterback hadn't been doing too hot up until that point, but hey, he's got his team now 3 yards away. Make it 2 yards away. 2-minute warning about a hit. Handoff, touchdown. And they have the lead. 2-point conversion for a 3-point game. Swing it outside, and not gonna happen. It's 20-19. FIU, can they find themselves getting a field goal though to win this one? As they will drop, throw, and he is going to find a receiver short, and that's gonna bring up 4th down and 3. Clock ticking as they hurry back to the line. Play action. Got an open man, but he missed it. Oh, that could have been a touchdown. And he just flat out missed it, and FIU loses. Kareem Strader, though, at least he's still doing his thing. 1,600 yards again. I think we might have a contender for the most rushing yards in this video from a single player. My goodness, he's out here putting up numbers, and he might not even go to the draft. He might play a 4th year, which not many players can say they go 4 years as a starting running back in college. Like, that don't happen in this game, at least. Claybooks had a dominant game against the Temple squad. I mean, some of these games, they get a little funny with how dominant the matchups are. We get, like, Temple versus Texas. Like, of course that's going to be a dominant game. Or we get, earlier we had, like, Michigan versus Ball State. Like, what are we doing? What do you think's going to happen when you make that bowl game matchup? As we go field goal here. BYU missed out on the playoffs. But look at this. We had an extra point scoop and score earlier. How about a block field goal scoop and score? All right, we're seeing some new stuff here. Touchdown BYU. Not often that we get to see that happen, but in one video, an extra point and a field goal happening, that's pretty rare. It's pretty cool. So a 10-point game, BYU. Really unfortunate they didn't make the playoffs because Carmen was so awesome last year, and I would have loved to see him get a chance to compete for a national championship since I think he had one of the better seasons any running back has had. But hey, we take what we can get as he's trying to win this Alamo Bowl, and that's going to be a tackle for no gain. 4th and 1, field goal kick. It is good. 13-10 your score as BYU taking over on defense, where Washington State is trying to pull off a bit of a comeback here. It's a ranked matchup, 24 versus 20, as Washington State with the run for the 1st down, 35-yard line, as they will throw, and stepping up, running. He's got the 1st down. Move ahead to 2nd down and 7, where they will throw for the end zone. That's a jump ball and caught for a touchdown. Washington State still a chance in this one as they go handoff. Carmen up the middle, and there goes Carmen. He's got the speed, and Devontae Carmen. No one's catching him. 82 yards all the way for the touchdown. And I always love seeing one of our running backs. There's been more, I think, in this video for our running backs getting big plays than any other video. Like, you know, it's not easy to see a feature running back in a bowl game or a playoff game go and rip off like a 60-plus yard run. But we've had a couple really good ones. And Carmen getting that one all the way. And then a stop is going to give BYU another chance to pad on Carmen. 2 tackles shrugged off and a touchdown. Devontae Carmen's awesome. He runs for 166 and 2 touchdowns to win it by 20. As BYU, I mean, Carmen didn't quite run for the 1,800 yards, but 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. Still a nice season overall, and he saved his most yards for the bowl game. Carmen goes in the second round, so sad to see him go. Byron Couch goes in the third round for Michigan State, and Brightwell, he wasn't that good, but he got drafted in the sixth round. Good on him. Clay Brooks goes in the first round, so he kind of passed through college pretty easily without us seeing him much. And Tuttle was going to maybe be the next in line, but he goes and transfers to Baylor. So cool, we get a little Baylor representation here. Kareem Streeter. Okay, Kareem Streeter's on some crazy record pace here. I mean, he could go and run for more yards than anybody. If he goes and has another season like that, like he's already got 3 1,000-yard seasons, and nobody's gotten 4. In this video, or I think in the other running back videos I did. I don't know if anybody else got 4 1,000-yard seasons is crazy. That's just not easy to do. Running backs get so good that they just leave after maybe 2 years or something, and they always don't get the opportunity to, and if they do as a freshman, it maybe doesn't go well. So like the specific type of player you have to be to run for 1,000 yards in 4 straight seasons in college football is like there's a lot that has to happen for that to be a possibility. But UM Monroe's running back still out here doing a whole bunch of nothing team-wise. And here we go, FIU, Kareem Streeter. I mean, we've been focusing on him a lot, and he's been putting up the numbers. But right now, Iowa State is up 20-6. We'll see how much of Streeter we get to see here as FIU immediately finds themselves in the red zone. Here's Streeter getting the play fake to him, quarterback keeper inside the 10, first down and goal. Streeter gets the handoff, and there he goes to the 1. He's got 80 yards on the day. Quarterback will finish the drive off with a sneak touchdown. Panthers 20-13 your score as they're trying to close out things here with a victory for Streeter to end out his career. 4 bowl games, 4 seasons as a starter, 2 different schools, really 3 different schools because he started, I don't even remember where he started at this point. I have it written down somewhere, but he started off somewhere else, went to UM Monroe, now at FIU. They get the stop, 6 minutes to play, and the throw for a completion will get them to the 47-yard line. Now 3rd down and 4 after a 6-yard gain. They go and get another first. They're moving the chains once more. 5 minutes to play. And the handoff. Nope, faked again. Another read option. Another big run. And another play down to the 3-yard line. Goal to go. They keep it again. Just keep on biting on the running back. And the quarterback will do his job. We're tied up just like that. 20-20. And FIU's getting a sack. Iowa State does not know what hit him right now. Blitz set in. 3rd and 19 incompletion. My goodness, everything has just turned upside down for the Panthers team that has really just been kind of fun to watch a little bit in the last couple of seasons. They've been pretty consistent. 3rd down and 7. And oh my goodness, he almost just lost potential field goal range. You should be able to kick it from here. 49-yarder. Field goal on its way, and it's good. So there you go. Now Iowa State, 2 minutes to play, and suddenly it's 17 unanswered from the Panthers, and the Cyclones are needing something here. 14-yard gain to get them to a 2-minute warning. They still got a decent way to go for field goal range, but that will go a long way. 23 yards as they will throw outside for a first down. Field goal range has been achieved, but now looking for the touchdown, looking for the win. An incomplete pass that would have done a whole lot of damage there. 35-yard line still. Stepping up and throwing for the marker. Caught! Breaking off the tackle. And that's going to go for 18. Under a minute to play. 3rd down sack. And Iowa State will take the field goal. They'll run the clock down to 20 seconds to go. And overtime looming here as they will take the ball with 14 seconds to play. Just try to run out the clock. Backup running back checks in. And the backup running back. Oh, he's going for a big run. How did you let that happen? And as the clock expires, field goal from 54. Kick is good. How did you let that happen? They subbed in the backup running back and everything because they didn't think that carry was going to mean anything. Streeter goes for 80 yards. He runs for 1,500 more yards for a career of over 6,000 rushing yards. Oh my goodness, Kareem Streeter. That's a whole lot of mileage on those tires. But hey, go crazy. Go in the 3rd round. And we have ourselves a few more commits here. Marvin Tuttle will go and be a starting running back at Baylor. How about Bobby Ware, who is a bust, was impact, but he's going to get early run here at Clemson, which is really cool to see. So we'll see if he could shake off the, bust label, I guess, because that's what he was when he was scouted. But we got 3 more running backs here. We're getting up there. There's a lot of guys. I mean, it's been interesting to see, like, the crazy amount of differences where one year there's like 7, then one year there's 1, there was a year with 0, there was a years with 5, there's years with 6, like a lot like different. I want to know what like the most you can find in one year is. Can you find like 10 5-star running backs? Because on any given year there's only like 30 to 35 5-star players, so like what if just 10 of them were running backs? That'd be kind of fun, or interesting. Maybe like wide receiver 2 would be another position that could happen, cornerback. But we're here in bowl season. Baylor versus Maryland as Tuttle at running back here is going to go to the outside. Big run for Tuttle. And Baylor 8-4, Maryland 8-4. And looking for number 9 on the season, Baylor inside the 10. It's not often we get to do one of these videos where Baylor's getting one of these top tier prospects. They like never appear in these videos. So it's nice to have Baylor in here for once. As the sneak in touchdown, Bears. And it'll be up 17-13. As they swing one outside, Maryland with the ball now. Got a first down as he reached and got it. As he will now hand it off. Running backs got it for 6 on the play. Make it 3rd down and 3. As they will go in on the blitz, and that's going to be caught. First down, Maryland. 5 minutes to play in this game. As they will throw it deep down the field. 2-on-1 Baylor. Knocks it away. 4th down, they will punt. Baylor takes over in this rainy game. They'll go Tuttle on the screen. Tuttle makes a move, breaks up a tackle. Tuttle off another. What a run there after the screen. That'll be a nice first down. Pitch pass. That'll be another about 7 yards on the play. 4.5 to go. Quick inside, and that'll be 4th and inches. Would have loved to see them go for that one, but instead they'll give Maryland a chance with 3.5 to go. Down by 4. And that's already a big play to get them to the 39-yard line. Now looking for Baylor territory as they will get in there. 47-yard line of Baylor. 3 minutes on the dot. Inside run. Stop. Blown up and lost 3. 3rd and long. Midfield stripe. And incomplete. As with 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, they will go for it still. Pass is outside. Incomplete. Too far out of bounds. Baylor can win it here. Underneath, they will break a tackle, get the first down, stays inbounds. That's pretty crucial there as Baylor burning them timeouts. Oh my goodness, why did you hurdle? That was dangerous. As 3rd and 1 for the game. Tuttle ends it. That was crazy. Why did he hurdle? And Baylor wins the game, though. Tuttle goes for 94 yards. He had a really nice performance. Couple of nice runs there. 1,200 yards, 21 touchdowns. Also, shout out last season where he had 27 carries for 9 touchdowns. It's, pretty interesting for a guy who only had maybe 1 game's worth of carries. So we go now Clemson, 14-14. Bobby Ware is the starting running back as a true freshman for Clemson. Something you don't often see at the big schools. We've seen it earlier with Ohio State, but here we see not only a starting running back day 1 at a big school, he is a bust running back who was a starter day 1. So he ain't even got like the crazy overall day 1 boost or anything like that as he gets a touchdown here. But, typically if you see him starting at a big school, it's because they're like an 81, 80 overall, maybe even higher than that. But Ware, I mean, he was boosted due to coach boost, but everyone gets those boosts. Meanwhile, over here, we're getting a sack. Clemson forces the punt, and they will take over, and they get sacked now. And that was a missed opportunity. Oklahoma State just managed to not pick up that fumble. 3rd and 25. Still not an ideal situation, but they'll throw one deep, and that's incomplete. He had good positioning one-on-one. That could have actually happened, but man, Oklahoma State maybe just missed out a chance at a scoop and score, and instead Clemson picks it off on the next drive. 5 minutes to play, and Bobby Ware takes over, and now hit her underneath. Tight end with a lot of room. He's got the first down inside the red zone. And maybe can they run it here? No, they keep it going in the air. Keep it short. How about 5 more yards? Third down, man in motion in the backfield. They swing it out to him, and he tries to make a cut, cannot get there, as it'll be a field goal try, but you're fine with that. Make it a 2-score game, and it's good. Oklahoma State now has just 3.5 minutes to try to pull off a comeback here, as from the 38-yard line, they will throw outside. It's intercepted again, and Clemson's defense not even going to let it happen. It looks like game is over, and they win it. They just ran out the clock, and Ware didn't even get a whole lot of carries, but how about 900 yards and 20 touchdowns though as a true freshman. So not a crazy amount of yards, but 20 touchdowns. You'll take this for a freshman season. He had a 5-touchdown game against Illinois. What's going on with Illinois? So they had a 5-touchdown game against Illinois, and then Savage, the guy who got 38 touchdowns, had a 6-touchdown game against Illinois. So whoever's out there has got generationally bad run defense for like a long time. Also, this is nuts. Larry Yusuf is a 92 overall. He transfers to BYU. He's the 3rd-string running back as a 92 overall. What the heck, man? 92 overall, and you're the 3rd-string running back? Why did you go there? Why would you go there? So that's unfortunate. He's not going to play as a 92, but I guess he'll still be an NFL player. But they have a couple of other new guys coming in. SMU gets a recruit on the board. Nebraska, a couple other teams getting some prospects. We have NC State getting Jameel Little, impact dev for him. But we still have now Ware starting at Clemson. So nice that he also got to hold on to his starting job with everybody else potentially coming in. Clemson all of a sudden now bounces all the way up to the number 1 seed. Bobby Ware goes and wins best running back and is NCAA All-American. So we'll go and peek on his season and his playoff run in a bit here, but we got Baylor up first, taking on Georgia in the bowl game. 24-10. Baylor's actually beating Georgia right now, but Georgia, after a deep ball in the red zone, got a completion. They'll be inside the 10-yard line. 3rd down and 3 from the 7. He'll throw end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And that'll make it a 7-point game where we get to see Tuttle on the offense again. But Baylor, play action, roll out to the tight end in the flats. They will have 2 yards on the play. 3rd down and 6 to the air. And throwing it down the field. Incomplete. Georgia with a quick 3 and out. They'll take over, but now threaten to go 3 and out themselves, but they will not. They get a 1st down completion. 6 minutes to go from about midfield. Play action screen will be out to the receiver where he's right at the line, inches to go. 2nd down and short. Running back, cut back, and a 1st down, breaking a tackle, getting more yard. That was an impressive run to get 12 on that play, as we're down to the about 5-minute mark, 29-yard line. And the receiver, that ball, that was a weirdly thrown ball. I mean, he put that one really like up there, kind of floated that one for such a short pass, and it got picked off, and now Tuttle has got a big run to the 22-yard line, flipping the field, and Baylor has got it to Tuttle in the air now, and he makes a cut down to the 10. Now we jump to 3rd down and 7 from the 8, and he gets a wide open man. Touchdown, Bears. And Georgia, I mean, they could be going down to Baylor right now in the Texas Bowl, so I guess Baylor maybe got a little bit of advantage home field here since it is in the state of Texas, but still, Georgia got the talent, got the wins, got the rank, and Baylor, all they got is just that 5-star running back, but he is helping them out quite a bit as Georgia scrambling all the way inside the 15 with under 3 minutes to play. They will find a receiver reaching. Touchdown. And Baylor up by 7. Tuttle, can he seal it again? Well, they won't even give it to him. Instead, it'll be 3rd down and 12. And Baylor is going to have a 1st down. And now 1 more to finish it off. They go jet pass, turns the corner, and out of bounds. 2nd down and 2. Will they give it to him? Tuttle is got the 1st down, and he ends this one with the victory. 141 yards on 14 carries and a touchdown. A heck of a game against a good Georgia team. 1,500 yards, less touchdowns, but up the yards per carry, up to everything else. And he was an awesome player for Baylor. 94 overall is going to be how his career ends. Now we move to Clemson, where things are looking pretty good for Clemson with that play. Touchdown to start the fourth quarter off, so we came in hot with an important play. 24-21. Bobby Ware still starting here, putting up a whole bunch of touchdowns. All of a sudden, the nation's top running back, 4th and inches for Washington. They punt it away, and now Clemson takes over with a deep shot. Down the field, incomplete. 3 and out. They trade possessions, and Washington takes back over as they go from their own 11. That pass caught, and that's going to be 15 yards on the play. Now from the 34-yard line, run, falling forward. First down again. Washington needing to get at least into field goal range, and they're finding that the fullback who gets lit up, but he got a first down too, so hey, keep it moving. I guess that might be either their fullback or their tight end. I don't know. As that ball, he is so wide open. What the heck happened there? Blown coverage, touchdown, Washington. Oh my goodness, he wasn't even... No one was in the vicinity of him, as now Clemson down by 4. They'll throw one out for a first down. Now handoff, Ware, got a big run. There goes Ware, making a move, breaking a tackle. Bobby Ware, he's got it. Touchdown. What a run for the nation's #1 running back. Best running back award winner and NCAA All-American. And I mean, hey, I don't think he's a bust. I think that's really cool that a player that was a bust coming out has turned into one of the best players of the video so far, at least at this point. And the thing is he's so good so early on. He's almost too good too early on because he can't commit after this season. He has to stay for at least another year. You can't declare as a true sophomore, so he's going to have to stay at least another season after this. So regardless of what happens here for Clemson, they will at least have one more year of the nation's top running back on their team. But can they go and maybe make a push for a championship back-to-back seasons? Well, they have to go and take out this Washington team who is on the path to try to take the lead here, but they're instead going to settle for the field goal on 4th and 1. Kick is good. We're tied up 31-31. 2 minutes to play. And Clemson will throw for a incomplete pass. That was an interesting one. It's now 3rd down and 6. Don't want to go 3 and out. And now, my goodness, okay, maybe that's not so bad because he almost got picked off here. And instead, Washington takes over. But no, Washington, that's a pick for them. And that just completely flipped the script now as Bobby Ware taking over. And he gets the handoff for a yard. Washington burns a timeout. 3rd down and 9. Throwing outside. That ball caught and not quite the first down. They will settle for a field goal. Clemson, good. Game is now in the hands of the defense, 34-31, to move on to the next round. Washington starts it off with a 19-yard catch and run. 1:06 to play. Completion there. 6 yards. They're down to 1 timeout. Clock still ticking. First down there. And he gets out of bounds. Nice effort. Now we hurry back. 35 seconds to play. Still 1 timeout. As they throw up the middle. That's caught. Will it be here? They burn it. Yes, it will. No timeouts. 28 seconds to go. Throw it outside. Caught. He gets out of bounds. 7 yards. And they will just take the field goal here. Makes sense. We are headed to overtime. 25-yard line, here we go. Washington starts us off. Ground game. They are going to break off a tackle, and, well, they lose 2 on the play. 27-yard line. Here they go again for 2nd and 12. Completion. Got a okay gain of 7 yards. 3rd down and 5, though. They'll run it. Trying to catch him off guard. They do. First down, Washington. Goal to go. From the 8 now. They'll go slant route. It's caught. 3rd and goal from the 1. The handoff for the end zone. Not going to happen. 4th and goal. And Washington will take the field goal. As now we turn to Clemson. Can they finish the job here? Bobby Ware trying to do it himself. He's got a gain of about 5. He's on an incredible game right now as they throw the backup running back. And the backup gets him the goal to go. Here we are. 6 yards stopping them from moving on. Ware forward for 3. 3rd down and goal. Where they pull it. They throw it. Touchdown. Clemson wins it. And Bobby Ware goes for 100 and about 70 yards and a just incredible performance. That big touchdown run, and Clemson moves to the next round, semifinals, and somehow, some way, they found themselves in a game against Tulane. And Tulane, we start off with a safety. All right, 12-10. Tulane is going to have to stop Bobby Ware, who's got a first down. He's having okay day. Not a crazy amount of production so far, but at any moment it can start changing like this. Where spin move? Oh, God! 52-yard touchdown! And he held him in check for 3 quarters, but a 52-yard touchdown. He got more yards on that play than he had all game, and now he's over 100 yards. And the game-breaking play to give him a 2-score lead, a stop in the defense, and Bobby Ware's not done yet. He's got another first down, and I think this is looking a little scary for the number 12 Cinderella team taking on this undefeated number 1 Clemson squad. They throw one outside. Oh, you messed up. Picked off. Broken tackle. He takes the screen. Takes it all the way. Touchdown. Tulane. And a huge mistake could cost them big time. Ware loses 3, but now 3rd and 13, under 6 minutes to play. He'll step up, he'll throw it outside, picked off again. Clemson, you're folding, you're falling apart. Touchdown again. Tulane, they are the 12-seed Cinderella team for a reason, I guess. They are pulling this one off, baby. 5-point lead. And now the quarterback for Clemson just got to lock in, just figure it out, as they are going to have a completion for a big game there. But I don't know how much you trust him. Give it to just Bobby Ware. Let him be the engine of this offense like he has been all season. Their quarterback's sitting here on 3 picks, no touchdowns, and he's going to make an evasion, get a throw out. Completion, that's actually a pretty nice play. Give him credit there as they go play action over the middle, caught. And inside the 5-yard line, Ware in, and Bobby Ware is in! Touchdown Ware again! 2-point conversion for a 3-point lead. And throwing, he is gonna run, he's short! Tulane can win with a field goal. As now 3 minutes to play. Bobby Ware has the touchdowns, both of them, in this 4th quarter for Clemson. And now Clemson's defense! There you go! Picked off! It's their turn to come up with the big play. And now Clemson can put the end to this one. Go to a national championship. As they go 3rd down and 15, it's looking like they're going to need a little bit more like that. Touchdown! And now it's an 8-point game. Clemson just 2.5 minutes away from punching their ticket and taking out the miracle team that is Tulane. Outside, caught, and first down, but Tulane needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 1.5 minutes to go. They'll throw it deep. He's hit as he's thrown, and there's a flag down as well, as this one is going to be pass interference on the offense. I don't know about that one. Okay, but, well, Clemson will take it. 13 yards on 2nd down. 3rd and 7. They'll throw. And right at the sticks, he's shy by a yard. This is it. 4th and 1. Tulane. Can they keep it going? Hit as he's throwing. Oh, it's caught. Tulane not done yet. Back to the line. Play action after the spike. They throw it outside, and it's broken up. Maybe not so bad because you wouldn't have gotten a lot of yards on that play. You would have lost time. 3rd down and 10. He throws it. Incomplete. 4th down and 10. Can they survive on 4th down again? Come on. Clemson defense. No. Tulane got it again from the 13. 35 seconds to play. And they got a completion. Can he get out of bounds? Yes, he can. 12 yards out. 3rd and 9. 30 seconds to go. He's going to run. He throws it on the run, and it's incomplete at the feet of the receiver. 4th and 9. Get him on the line. It's a flag. Touchdown. Touchdown, but there's a flag. No way. Tulane holding. And take the touchdown off the board. It's 4th and 19. And to the outside. Incomplete. Clemson wins it in dramatic fashion. Bobby Ware goes for 3 touchdowns. And Clemson's on to the national title game to take on Oklahoma. 15-0 versus 14-1. Clemson starts it off and an incomplete pass on 3rd down. And Oklahoma now is going to have to see if they can break this tie. Bobby Ware comes alive in the 4th quarter. He had a couple of touchdowns in the last game. The game before that had that big run. And Oklahoma, double coverage. It's picked off. And a very poor decision there to make that pass. Now they'll throw on the RPO as Clemson taking over, and that's a good play for the first down, and a little bit more after that as they go shotgun. Ware, handoff. Bobby Ware is not going to get far. He's not had a good game. This has been a time where he's actually been shut down as Oklahoma gets the stop. Still all tied up here. Under 8 to go. Oklahoma got a nice run, and that'll take them past midfield. Play action. Sooners sack. Clemson gets them to 2nd and 17. Play action. And they'll throw for a completion. Set up 3rd down and 8. 6.5 to go. And they will throw into coverage. How did he catch that? What in the world? As that'll be now into the red zone after that first down. 5.5 to go. That's a incomplete pass with a bit of a after play hit. But 3rd down and 10. He'll scramble. He's breaking off a tackle. Not quite the first down. 4th and 1. They will take the game-leading field goal. Good. And Oklahoma up. Clemson long field in front of them, and they will get themselves out of a bit of a hole after a pretty poor kick return. Now to the 25-yard line, they'll run, and backup running back this time takes the carry for 8 yards as they go. Spread the field, quick to the tight end. That's a first down, so good drive so far. Where in the backfield, they go play action. Get it quick out again. And they go moving it slowly, little by little, bit by bit. 3rd down and 6, though. And that one right at the feet of the receiver. 4th down. Now you got to go. They throw it deep. And double coverage. Incomplete. Oklahoma takes over. Clemson has been able to manage nothing offensively in this 4th quarter. And now Oklahoma can end it here. Will they be able to? That's caught. First down. 1 more to end it. Oklahoma. That's going to be 4 yards on first down. 2nd and 6. He's tackled for a loss of 1. 3rd and 7 at the warning for the game. It's incomplete. Clemson will have 1 more chance. And the field goal try to make it a touchdown game is good. Clemson has under 2 minutes to go and try to get a touchdown on this drive as they set up the screen. That'll be a first down out of bounds. 27-yard line. You got to go. 73 yards. They will throw. And he is sacked. Just no one got open downfield, I guess. 2nd and 14. This one caught, and that was a dangerous ball, but a nice grab. 3rd down and 5. Outside quickly. Got the first. Huge. 1 minute to play. Still got to go 63 yards, and now make it a little bit more on that, as that's now a 14-yarder. So you got to go 49 more yards. Incomplete. The strike down the middle. Incomplete. And it's now 50 seconds to play. Scrambling. Running. Got the first down. You're out of timeouts. You got to keep on hurrying. 34-yard line. 40 seconds. And the blocking great. The receiver open. Down to the 14. That's going to be in. Come on. 30 seconds. He's short. 2 yards. I don't love that. You lose a lot of time just to get 2 yards. But you only need to go 12 more yards here. 3rd down and 8. 20 seconds to go. You maybe got 2 plays at this. He'll try and throw it, and it goes out of bounds. There's a flag. And he just stepped in front of the line of scrimmage. He didn't want to get tackled in the field to play a legal forward pass. That's going to back him up until 4th and 8, where Oklahoma actually, I guess, declined the penalty. I don't know what's going on there, but 4th down. None of it matters. Picked off. Oklahoma survives and wins the national title. Bobby Ware goes and has his worst game of the season despite, oh my goodness, despite running for 1,500 yards and 34 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? 34 touchdowns? That's it's pretty crazy. I mean, that's the 2nd most that we've had in this video. And yeah, look at all these running backs for BYU. All of them get drafted. It's funny that the guy who didn't play basically got drafted ahead of the guy who was the starter and put up with over 1,000 yards. Funny how that works. But move on to the next season, and we still have Bobby Ware as a starting running back for 1 more season. There's no way he's going to play a 4th year. He's going to go out as a true junior, but he came close to winning a national championship last year. Now it is your time to see if you can get back to the national championship and do it again, and this time finish the job successfully. You were just so close. You were like a play away from doing it. So we have 5 running backs here, one of our bigger classes here, pretty big class. Also, one of our, final classes, we only have a couple more left after this one. So, we're going to see who can, make the big push here, the final stretch of the video as we get to the next season. And man, how special is this one? Bobby Ware goes and wins Heisman, and those numbers don't tell the story. If you thought the Michigan running back was nuts with the touchdowns, oh boy. How about 40 touchdowns? What? 40 touchdowns. We'll get into that because he's got playoffs to get into. I just wanted to show you that though. He had 40 touchdowns in 13 games. Literally over 3 touchdowns a game. Slightly over, but about 3 touchdowns a game. Are we dead serious? That is insane. And yeah, Clemson's back in the playoffs. Meanwhile, all these other running backs, they're not really showing up, showing out. I mean, Nolan Thorne, just under 1,000 yards, but 19 touchdowns after that bowl game loss to Texas A&M. And we move to Clemson. Yeah, this is the story. This is the guy we got to focus on here. Bobby Ware, who lost the national championship last season and decided, you know what, I'm going to go and break the touchdown record, because why the heck not? 34-21 right now, taking on Oregon, and Clemson is already up, but Oregon is trying to climb themselves back into it as they are going to lose 5 yards. 3rd down and 15, throw it deep, he got hit, and that ball gonna be caught. Oregon, what a grab. To the 10-yard line. They go 3rd down and over the middle, caught down to the 1, goal to go as we are under 6 to play. And Oregon, heavy set and a sack, and I think that could be holding as well. It is, so have to imagine that you're going to decline that penalty, and it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 8-yard line. There you go, Oregon over the middle, touchdown, they get it anyway. As Oregon, after a nice kick return from Clemson to get them to the 41-yard line, now has to see if they can find points to make it a 2-score game once again. They're going to hand off. Ware is going to go down for a 2-yarder, now handing it to the quarterback where he's not going to be able to convert on 3rd down. Oregon takes over, and I do not want to see them go out immediately after their first-round bye. I want to see them get back to a national championship. I want to see also how many touchdowns can he pad on. He's already got 40. Can he get a couple of more? Can he keep adding to it? Can we push for 50? Can we push for something generationally crazy here where they're already breaking the record? But we shatter the record. The record was broken by 2. I want to shatter that thing. I want to go for, let's just shoot for 45 maybe. I don't know. He's averaging 3 a game, so like 3 is kind of the expectation here. Oregon got a field goal, so it is a 3-point game. 3rd and inches, goal line package, QB sneak. Oregon, are they going to be able to get off the field here? They chose to go for the field goal because they thought maybe they can get a stop. 3rd down and 8. Well, here's your chance to get that stop as they will throw over the head of the receiver. Well, that's your stop. Oregon can maybe push it to overtime. A turnover, a stop ends this game now at the 2-minute warning as that one tackled for a loss. 4th and 5. Here is the game. Oregon to the air, throwing it up top, got it, incomplete. Clemson wins it. Bobby Ware, 1 touchdown, but 123 yards. I mean, oh my goodness, that might be a down game for him. Only 1 touchdown as now we take on Oklahoma up next, and a little national championship rematch. So on the road to going back to a national championship, you got to take on the defending champs that just beat you. And worse, it's a big lead that you have to overcome with this field goal. Oklahoma is up by 2 touchdowns, so it is not going to be easy. But Clemson, if they are going to want to pull this off, this is going to be the tough road that they got to take to do so. 3rd down and 7 with 8 minutes to play. Clemson's going to take their shot deep. Safety's there. 2-on-1 and incomplete, almost picked. And they punt it away. They really need something from their defense now. And okay on cue, there it is, picked off. That's exactly what they needed. Clemson taking over play action. They go screen. They got blockers. They got numbers, and they don't got a guy with ball carrier vision, though. What the heck was he doing there? He ran all the way inside into a defender. Hit as they're throwing now. 4th down. From the 33, they're going for it. They got to go for it. And they got an open man. They could not afford to settle for a field goal there. They had to do it, and that came through for them in the red zone. Now a completion to the 3. Goal to go. They get pushed back, but here you go. Where on the screen? It's not a rushing touchdown, but we'll take a receiving touchdown for Bobby Ware. That doesn't really add to the rushing total where we're trying to hit that threshold, that goal of maybe going for, I don't know, if he plays 3 more playoff games, that would be 40, that'd be 49 touchdowns on average if you do 3 a game, basically, or 48 touchdowns, something like that. But hey, I'm just trying to hit the big numbers. I want to see how high we could push this, because I don't know if we'll see something like this again. As other running back, I think this is the backup checking in for a first down carry, as Clemson got a quick stop and now driving on Oklahoma with under 2.5 minutes to go right here with the completion, and he's not gonna get anything. 4th down, another situation, going for it, and deep ball! Oh no! Picked off Oklahoma! And it might be all over now. It's a nice return too! All the way to the Clemson 39! It's a good return, and the running back for Oklahoma, what fight to make sure he didn't lose more yards there. Now they go a little wildcat action. Now he's losing yards, and they're out of field goal range. 3rd down at 15, draw, no field goal range. They lost 6 yards on that drive, and it knocked them out. Now Clemson can win it. Clemson can win with a touchdown, as they already hit it up the seam to the midfield, play action, and down the field, caught to the red zone. And can they overcome the issues that they had last year? Their only fumble was just not being able to get the touchdown on Oklahoma, but they do it here. Touchdown Clemson. 2-point conversion is to where it can't get in. 30-29, Clemson did what they couldn't last year. They found the end zone, but now can they hold off for 40 more seconds? 3rd down completion. Oklahoma down to their final timeout. 38 seconds to play. They will throw, and left side, got a receiver. No, he's in field goal range, but hey man, sometimes luck may be on your side. Sometimes the game screws you over. Sometimes the game helps you. And in this instance, the game helped us out. Yeah, it feels disgusting, but yeah, Clemson wins. 30-29, and Clemson with the win to go to the national championship. We'll just act like that was totally, totally fair, totally valid. We'll act like nothing weird happened there. That was a legit victory, and now taking on Tennessee in the national championship game. Clemson's already up by 10, and they are looking to extend it, as that'll be a completion for 3 yards. And 3rd down and 4, already in field goal range, but that doesn't matter. A field goal is nothing compared to a touchdown for a 3-score lead. Clemson is inches away from his national championship. All they got to do is avoid a complete collapse, and this is going to be their trophy, regardless of how it happened, regardless of how the semifinals ended. Doesn't matter. You know, Oklahoma, you got your championship. It's okay. We can get ours. Bobby Ware can get his. He earned it with all those touchdowns he scored, as we're down to just 5 minutes to go. Tennessee is dinking and dunking their way down the field, taking their time, but will it even matter if they can't get like an onside kick or something? As now it's 4th and 19. They might not even score here. They're not even going to take a field goal for a 2-score game. They're just going to try the touchdown. He breaks a tackle. He actually is not going to get the first down. Okay, that was really close. Clemson stops him, stands him up, wins the national title. Bobby Ware doesn't score in this one, but on the season as a whole, the story is Bobby Ware getting 42 touchdowns, 1,983 yards, and he scored 6 touchdowns on Arizona, because why not? I think it's hilarious that he goes and is a 4th-round pick because he wasn't a high overall, but 42 touchdowns. So he broke the record by a couple, and yeah, that is going to be a tough mark to top. A national championship, a record-breaking season, and a Heisman Trophy. It doesn't feel like that's going to be topped, especially since we're nearing the end of this one. But we'll see what we have here. We head into the next season with a couple of starters here, but not at big schools. Georgia State, Louisiana Tech is guys are not going to be at the biggest of schools. We're kind of in that, you know, there's always these quieter points of the videos, but got a couple of more guys coming in. We have Miami Impact Dev. Michigan State got a really nice player as well. How about Star Dev? 73 overall. Is that going to be the lowest that we see? I don't think we've had one lower than a 73 overall 5-star running back. He's got Star Dev, so it might still be good. But this guy, ooh, I don't know about him. 74. Parker Brummel is a 74 normal dev. I'm not too confident in him. Got 3 running backs here in the next class. As Storm ETN, that's going to be a contender for one of the cooler names of the video. Storm is always a cool name. And the playoff bracket here, nothing crazy. It's going to really be our running backs not doing too hot right now. Kansas State went 2-10. Despite Nolan Thorne being a 92 overall. Deron Banks was a 96 overall. Wisconsin, though, 3 wins. So really underwhelming. You can't expect the running back to carry you. Georgia State actually did go 6-6, but Jameel Little doesn't make a bowl game. Georgia State just wasn't one of the 6-6 teams that made it. And we did get a bowl game here. Louisiana Tech made it, but they got destroyed by Fresno State, 37-13. Cordell Bada goes for about 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns. So a very uneventful season. Banks immediately goes to the NFL in the second round, so we barely got to see him do anything. Actually, we didn't see him play like a single snap. Michigan goes and gets a transfer running back. Tyrese Bandy goes to Oklahoma, ETN to NC State, and Willits does not commit anywhere. So this was the video where we had the most issues with that, where just guys just disappeared. I don't know why that happens. I hope to get an answer to that. Like, I just don't know why a 5-star player wouldn't go anywhere. Like, it just feels weird to me. And I've always gotten comments saying like, oh, look here. Like, trust me, I look. Sometimes we find them. There's other videos where we do find them. Sometimes we just don't find them. Sometimes they're just gone. Headcanon here, we'll just say that they went to the FCS level. I don't know. We'll just go and make that up ourselves. We are down to our second to last running back class, and it's going to be a one-man class. So he's a gem. He's a really good player, but one-man class. Like I said, the reason we do that is because once you get to like year 27, 28, you can't guarantee that the player's career is going to finish. And I don't want to recruit a player in 28 or year 28 and then 29 and 30, he plays 2 years and then the dynasty just ends because it's gone to 30 years. So I want to make sure that we get to see everybody's full career. So that's why I don't do, years 27 through 30 basically of recruiting players, because there's no guarantee you get to see their full career. So that's kind of how we play things out here to make sure we get everybody. No real bowl game stuff to speak of in this season, so we're kind of speeding through things here. First rounder for Thorne. Bada goes in the 5th round. Devin Garvin goes to Tulsa. Bold choice, I would say. I guess he just skipped the whole I'm going to go to a big school and then transfer to a smaller school because I'm not playing. He just said, I'll skip all that. I'll just go to the small school now. You wanted to play? Hey, you're going to play, I guess. Garvin, elite dev, really nice player. And for our final running back class, interesting. Nobody. There's none. There's no 5-stars. So I guess Garvin is it. That's really weird how that happened. Our final running back class that we were going to be able to do, there was just no 5-stars. So, yeah, we're going to play things out here. We're going to get to the rest of these players' careers that are actively in the world of college football, and then we'll take you to the end segment here. Tulsa in a bowl game against NC State. It's 28-3, a dominant game. Storm ETN was on NC State's side, 2 yards shy of 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns for him. And we go and see Marvin Gaye go in the 2nd round. Michigan State running back. We basically didn't get to see him play. NC State, hey, Storm ETN transfers from NC State to Duke. So that's interesting. He was on a solid team, got playing time, and transferred up to a good team. Tyrese Bandy also. We're going to get to see some action there. Bandy's a 96 overall, 98 with boost. And Devin Garvin is also starting at Tulsa. So we got playoff action here. We took a little couple-year break, but Oklahoma, Tyrese Bandy is NCAA All-American, and Duke is also in the playoff bracket as well. And Tulsa, meanwhile, is getting stomped out by Miami in the Fenway Bowl. Garvin goes for 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and I guess credit to him for not playing his first year at Tulsa and still wanting to play another year and just be a Tulsa player. So Oklahoma in the first round of the playoffs, they actually dominate A&M 38-20, and we move over to Duke now. So Duke versus Washington. And there is a scenario in which Duke and Oklahoma can play each other in the semifinals if they all win their games here. But Oklahoma onto the second round. Duke, can they do the same? They're taking on the 12 seed Washington squad, and they are currently losing, but a field goal here will put them within 4 points. They go handoff now. Washington to the outside, and that's going to be a big run to the first down marker here. Second down and 10 at the 41-yard line. Washington outside, got a completion, first down. 44-yard line, 7:30 to go as Washington trying to add on to that lead, and a first down completion. 13-yard line, they are moving it well as they are inside the 10 now off that screen. Gets them 6, make it third down and 2 after a 2-yard gain. Running back to the outside, and touchdown Huskies. 21-10, Duke down, as Storm Etienne is trying to get his team into the maybe national championship picture after a pretty successful year at NC State. He wanted to go to a similar team, you know, same conference, same level of contention maybe, because NC State's perennially like a bubble playoff team. Duke is as well, as that's a crazy good catch. About 11-2 Duke, they were in the ACC title game, and now they get themselves a touchdown. Storm Etienne finds the end zone with 4 minutes to play, and Washington just maybe gets a couple of first downs, plays the clock right, and they can get themselves out of here with a win. But the issue is they're threatening to go 3 and out, and they will go 3 and out. They barely took any time off the clock, and Duke now has plenty of time. Etienne screen, and Etienne breaking a tackle, getting hit. He lost 6 yards on the play. Second down and 16. And they will throw outside on the corner route, and that is a nice first down. How about we jump to another third down situation where in between a couple of defenders in the zones, they get themselves another first. 2-minute warning has hit. Etienne right up the middle. Etienne has got him 15 yards. 24-yard line, QB draw. That's 4 more. 90 seconds to play. Etienne, it's going to make a cut to the outside. If he got around that corner there, that would have been maybe gone for a touchdown. Instead, Etienne shoots up the middle. They're landing on him to try to pull this one off. He only got 3 there. He kind of lost some forward progress, but this is what it is. Backup checks in, loses a yard. They're playing this really weird right now. There's only 15 seconds to go, guys. Etienne, they're still running. 12 seconds to go, but they get the touchdown, so I guess it works out perfectly. As I was sitting there saying, well, you're running the clock quite a bit, but I mean, that worked out beautifully. Washington, that Hail Mary's actually caught 25 yards shy because they were so backed up, but all right, that works out. Etienne, 2 touchdowns, 74 yards, and we move to the second round. Duke and Oklahoma both in the second round. If both of them win, they play each other for a chance at the national championship. And right now, Oklahoma finding the end zone the first play of the quarter. And for the 2-point conversion, it is good. We are all knotted up 21-21. And UCLA, number 1 team in the nation, 13-0. Kick return, gets it, and he goes to the outside. He's got 1 man to beat. He breaks a tackle, and it slows him down just enough for him to get chased down. But a return of over 70 yards, and immediately sets him up in the red zone, where they immediately find a touchdown. Bruins waste 0 time in responding, less than a minute to do so with that kick return. And now Oklahoma has to go and do it again. Find the end zone just to tie it up as they swing one outside. I mean, Tyrese Bandy out here made NCAA All-American, and he's getting blown up in the backfield there. I think that was the other running back, not Bandy, but still. Bad outcome regardless, as UCLA taking over and now in control of this one. If they could find a 2-score lead here, I would be pretty confident to say this one might be all over, as they are going to go over the middle, completed, and we're under 5 minutes to go. Midfield, UCLA incomplete, and now is a big defining third down. If they convert, they're in field goal range. If they miss, they got to give Oklahoma a chance, and they will. Incomplete. Oklahoma gets a try at it as they go 3rd down and 4, trying to avoid a 3 and out. Over the middle, incomplete. 4th down, they punt. And Oklahoma, How much can you ask of your defense? Well, I guess quite a bit. Picked off. Oklahoma gets the turnover, and now they are going to have it set up 33-yard line. Bandy loses 4. And now 2nd and 14. They go quick, and the receiver gets 8. 29 yards out. Throwing. He'll go over the middle. First down inside the 20. Inside the 15. And 2-minute warning approaching. Bandy on the carry. And there goes Bandy for 6. Minute and a half to go. 3rd down and 5. Floating into the corner of the end zone. Too far. 4th and 5. Oklahoma to keep their season alive. He'll go end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And we are now just a minute 20 away from a potential overtime. On UCLA gets sacked. And now things are looking like Oklahoma could maybe do this. Oh, Oklahoma gets another sack. UCLA. No way they just choked this hard. They allow great field position, and Oklahoma in one play. Field goal range. Unbelievable. Bandy down to the 2. And now Bandy to seal it. Touchdown. I cannot believe UCLA just let that happen. Unbelievable. And now a Hail Mary. Game is down. Flag. And this is a rare. It's pass interference on the offense on a Hail Mary. Interesting. We just see new things today, I guess. Game over. Oklahoma wins. They're going to the semifinals. Bandy, not a productive game. Pretty quiet, but got the touchdown at the end to win it. Now we move over to Duke. The winner of this game plays Oklahoma in the semifinals. And if Duke wins, we will guarantee one of our running backs to have a national championship appearance. Who could it be, though? I don't know who I'd be rooting for between the two, but we got to get there first if that even happens. Georgia, meanwhile, they're trying to make sure that doesn't happen. 2nd and 9, throwing, caught, and Duke just 4 yards away. They really need to hold them out of the end zone here. Georgia got time, got a man. Touchdown, Bulldogs. 24-13, Duke is down, and this is looking a little rough now. Georgia's defense just getting the tee off here, as they will get a completion first down. Just have to take it one drive at a time here. Get to the tight end quickly. They're taking, little 5-yard chunks at a time. Spread the field. 3rd down and 4. There's a nice one. That's going to be to midfield. 5.5 to go. Play action. And another first down completion. So the quarterback is really dealing right now. But the problem is it's taking a lot of time. 4.5 to go. Another first down. Another 11 yards. We're under 4 minutes. 3:48. Drag route. Got a first again. Goal to go. Fumble. Georgia has it. And is that actually a fumble? No way. That looks so close to out of bounds. And I think that could do it. Georgia in the dirt. They go 3 and out. But does that even matter if they went 3 and out? That should have been a pick. But Duke lost a whole lot of time, lost a whole lot of field, and now with 2 minutes to go, that ball completed, first down. 2-minute warning has hit. Duke got to make sure that maybe they could just hold on to their timeouts, take a shot deep. Here they go, Duke, touchdown. All right, we're not done yet. 2-point conversion. They still got all their timeouts as Duke is got it at the goal line. 2-pointer is good as well. All right, first down, they got to stop. 2nd down, they make them lose yards. 3rd down, screen, and down. Duke just got a quick and easy 3 and out, and now throw it up the middle. Okay, Duke is just coming out here, firing to the 24-yard line. They got a field goal in their back pocket, but now they're going for the touchdown. They got it. Duke scores, and they have the lead all of a sudden. That just turned in an instant. Georgia has to come out here with 40 seconds to go. They're down to 2 timeouts, and they probably will use one here. Yes, they will. From the 47-yard line, 38 seconds to go. Quick over the middle. That's a nice gain right there. They'll take that for 14. That's their final timeout. 34 seconds to go. He'll step up and throw it deep. And for the end zone! Incomplete. He had it in his hands. Knocked out. 3rd down, 23 seconds to play. Hit as he's throwing it out of bounds. And now the game on the line. 4th and 10. He is got it incomplete. Duke somehow with 2 minutes to go pulls off a 2-score, just a crazy comeback. Just everything went right. And now we're on to the semifinals, where a fumble on the first play by Duke is recovered by them. But semifinals, Bandy versus ETN, and the winner goes to the national championship, as this could be very likely the final major game of the video here, as both these guys could just be NFL bound. And yeah, this could be it right here, and the last chance for a national championship. Someone will make it. Who, though? It'll be 13-13 Bandy on the carry, as he will have 4 on the play. 3rd down and 6 over the middle. That's going to be caught, and short by a yard. They punt it away. 12-yard line. I really don't love the punt, and you're gonna pay for it if you're Oklahoma, because you don't even play the field position game. You immediately allow about a 70-yard completion. Duke in the red zone, throw it on the RPO over his head, incomplete. 3rd down and 9, as Duke will throw over the head of his receiver again, and they'll have to settle for a field goal, but it will be for the lead. Kick is good, and we're down to 6 minutes to go. Bandy on the catch, and Bandy stiff arming and getting out of bounds for a 1st down, as who's running back will be the one to maybe make the game-changing play. And speaking of game-changing plays, that would have been a touchdown if he let him, a little bit more towards the center of the field. Instead, Oklahoma, you don't got to worry about it, because their receivers are putting in work right now, breaking a tackle down to the 3-yard line. Bandy takes the lead with the touchdown. And Bandy already has 1 game-winning touchdown in the playoffs. Can he have another one on his resume? Or will Storm ETN and Duke get it done here? 3 minutes to go. They already miraculously made comebacks before. They've been down in every single situation, but they have found themselves still here. 4th and 2, spin option! And no good. They didn't even pitch it out. And I want to say that it might be over, but I've seen this happen before! Oh, Duke, how do you get so lucky? Picked off! I don't get it. This team's so lucky. ETN loses yards on the screen. He loses 5. 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 14. Throwing it down the middle. Break a tackle and get to the 26. If Duke pulls this one, if Duke wins the national championship, this would be ridiculous. This is just one of the luckiest runs, comebacks, but they got to still pull this one off. 19 yards away. ETN breaking a tackle. ETN! Down to the 1. What a run. Now quick. Touchdown, Duke. You've got to be kidding me. This team is ridiculous. As Oklahoma taking over, and they're sacked. They got to get a field goal, but now they're down to 3rd and 13. 15 seconds to go. Sacked again. 4th and 23. Game on the line. Oklahoma needing a miracle to somehow pull this one off in the same way that Duke has week after week. Incomplete. Game over. Duke wins. Bandy goes for 19 yards. ETN, though, what a run at the end of that game. Bandy, 1,400 yards, 30 touchdowns for Bandy. Okay, we have also best receiving season of any running back. 59 catches for just under 500 yards. I haven't shown many receiving stats for our running backs because they haven't been much. But let's go to the national championship here. It's basically your finale of the video, as Duke tried to pull off this insane run where they have just managed to pull victories out of nowhere. Florida State driving him to the ground, and Duke throwing it up top, incomplete. 4th down, they will punt. So a situation where Florida State is actually the ones playing from behind. Duke, they're used to playing from behind, but they're the ones up on top right now. 3rd and 1. Florida State read option. Big run. Oh, he's going to go. 1 man to beat. He is gone. What a run. Touchdown. Florida State. And now that's a 4-point game. And this is where you typically find Duke playing from a deficit. ETN for a good run. Swing one out. And now another 1st down, Duke. Can they do it again? As they'll throw quickly on the RPO. That's another 1st down. We're under 5 minutes to play from just past midfield. Running back number 2 back gets a carry, and he'll have a nice 12-yard run. ETN checks back in. Play action as Duke is going to find a receiver. It's contested now in the red zone as they'll throw underneath of the tight end. 7 yards on the play. 3:20 to go. Screen. Nowhere to go. 4th down and 3. They go for it. And a big play. ETN. Stonewall. ETN can't get it. And now Florida State can end it here. And this has happened multiple times in the playoffs where things hit under 3 minutes and Duke just pulls out a lucky play, pulls out something, and it somehow works. And they will get the stop again. Okay. Well, they got to stop again. Every single time they have needed it, they have gotten the stop. About as clutch of a defense as it gets. And now ETN can't hang on. 4th and 3. This is your last hope. ETN again. This time, he's got it. And now you got 1:30 to go. This is it from 45 yards out. You get 15 there. 1:20 to go. Come on. Duke outside. No. Picked off. And taken back. And you can't make a comeback now. Duke is done for. And the miracle run maybe comes to an end as Duke throws it, intercepted one more time, trying to force it, and Florida State is going to return it all the way down to the 3, and that will end it. National championship for Florida State. Duke, I'm surprised you got here. I don't know how you did it. Storm Etienne was a contributing factor to this team. 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. What I think is really funny about what Storm Etienne's decision-making is he made a national championship, was close to winning. Tyrese Bandy goes pro. He goes first round, no surprise there. But Etienne decides to just transfer again. I guess he's just on a world tour run. I don't know what he's doing here. He started at NC State, then goes to Duke, now Louisville. I don't really know what he's doing. Devin Garvin's really good, but he's still at Tulsa. And we get to the next season, and Duke's in the playoffs. But guess who's not? Louisville went 5-7. I really don't understand. I mean, he had a really good season. Like, he ran better than he did last season, over 100 yards a game. He did great stuff. But success-wise, it's not that ideal. I don't know. Tulsa, meanwhile, they lose by double digits in their bowl game. Garvin goes for 1,500 yards and 20 touchdowns, which will put a wrap on this video as Garvin goes pro as a 98 overall first-round pick, and Storm Etienne goes pro after his senior season, 4th-round pick. And that will put a wrap on this video for the, simulation, the playing section of things. But we have all the stats, all the info. And I think it's really funny here because at the start of the video, we had 7 running backs, I think it was. And I said, hey, what's the over-under? There were 65 quarterbacks. Do you think there'll be more than 65 running backs throughout the Dynasty mode or less? Well, funnily enough, if you bet over, you were wrong. If you bet under, you were also wrong. There was the exact same amount. That is crazy how that worked out. There was 65 quarterbacks. There was 65 running backs. Now, part of the reason was because a number of the running backs just didn't commit anywhere. There was like a couple, I'd say there was about like 5 running backs that just didn't commit anywhere. But it's just funny. We ended up with 65 running backs that made it 5-star into the world of college football, actually committed to a team. And as always, we start off with the location where it was quite a lot of different locations that were producing running backs, including some odd ones. So I think no surprise here. You typically see Texas, you see Florida at the top. They had 6 apiece. Georgia had 5. One of those weird locations, though, about Connecticut. 4 running backs from Connecticut. Sure, why not? Louisiana 4, North Carolina 4, California 4, Michigan 4. Then the 3s, we had Washington and New Jersey. 2, Mississippi, Iowa, Tennessee, Virginia. And then the one-offs. Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Utah, Massachusetts, Nevada, South Carolina, Ohio, Arizona, Arkansas, Illinois, Hawaii, New Hampshire, Kansas, and Missouri. Now we go to the development traits and everything like that. So 16 gems. That's a pretty decent amount, I feel like. And then 8 busts. But even then, I mean, you could argue maybe the best player of the video was a bust. So, even if you were a bust 5-star, you still have very much an opportunity to succeed. There were 18 elite devs, 23 star devs, 15 impact, and 9 normal devs. So pretty fairly spread out between the groups here. And 9 normals is, relatively high, especially when you compare it to the quarterback video. I guess spoilers for the QB video. Out of 65, there were only 3 normal QBs. So running backs definitely, I guess, have a bit more of a hit to miss ratio. Like there's a lot more misses at running back than there are quarterbacks if you're just basing it off like development. In terms of the development path, once again, lower than the quarterback numbers, but on average, we had 78 overall roughly for incoming freshman running backs. 72 was the lowest that we got. 83 was the highest. So there were a couple of guys who were like 83 overall, but like it was with the coach boost. There was only, I believe, one true 83 overall, no boost, no nothing attached to him. And that was Isaac Pusley, who was the true freshman starter for Ohio State, so that makes sense. So it goes up to 83 overall, 88 as a third year, stayed at 88 for a fourth year, and then fifth year was 89 overall. So at no point was there like an average of 90. There were a couple of big-time anchors taking it down because a lot more normal devs, like triple the normal devs. Yeah, there were a couple of guys that really dragged down the averages, so, you know, like I said, there's a little bit more of a hit-to-miss ratio here where there's a bit more misses. So highest career jump was actually not one of our highlight players here. Nolan Thorne started as a 71, played a full 5 years, which not many guys did, and got all the way up to a 95 overall, so for a plus 21 overall. Our single highest jump for one season was a plus 12 overall, which I would have thought would be maybe a bit higher. We've had some nice jumps, and once again, quarterback had a higher jump for a single season. And then the lowest career jump was a running back that we had later in the video. Parker Brummel was 73 overall. He only ended up going up to a 77 in 4 years and peaced out. So plus 4 overall for his career. He didn't do too hot. How about where these players were drafted? Where of these 65 players, the most prevalent one was first round, which probably be unrealistic. You know, running backs are, you know, they go through their phases of being worthy of a first round pick, and then they're like, no, I would never spend a first round pick on a running back. And then some years you get a Bijan Robinson, you get an Ashton Genty, and then there's some years where it's like, no, I would never do that. You know, you can't spend a first rounder on a running back. So, you know, I guess we'll just say we were going into an era where people thought running backs in the first round were a-okay. So we had 15 first rounders, which was the most of any draft round. There was the most undrafted, 27 undrafted, and you can imagine that the 9 normals populated that, but there were also a number of guys who had dev traits that just didn't end up getting to that mark. No 7th rounders, 1 6th rounder, 3 5th rounders. Again, I do feel like this game does kind of have like this, not to say all or nothing, but like they very much, I think, scale the players that are drafted based on position and overall. So if, like, you know, the 7th best running back is different than like the 7th best center. So you might get a lower overall center going higher than a higher overall running back, but because there's a lot more great running backs, a lot of them will fall through the cracks, which makes sense in real life, which is why so many went undrafted. But what the game doesn't do is they don't go in the day 3 category. Like running backs, like you're going to tell me that in, you know, 30 years or whatever, only 4 5-star running backs went in day 3. Like that's just, no. Like running backs go in day 3 all the time, and you're going to tell me 5-star running backs aren't going in day 3. Teams will just select that guy in the 7th round just off traits alone, just because he's a 5-star running back and he went to a big school, got a couple of carries, and he looked decent. Like they should be flooding the 6th and the 5th round and the 7th round. They should be flooding day 3, but instead, you know, 5 go in the 4th round. I think the 2nd round, 3rd round, that's pretty fair. There's a lot of guys that go in the mid rounds in the day 2 area. They're pretty popular there, but, you know, too many first rounders, I'd say, and not enough day 3 guys is, you know, from a realistic standpoint. But, you know, in terms of the standpoint of, you know, good players, bad players, a lot of good players and a lot of not so good players, not a lot in the middle. Running back is a position with a lot of different archetypes, so there were 6 different archetype of running backs here, and we had 5 of them featured. So north-south blocker, which, you know, is kind of like maybe full-back adjacent type. There were no 5-star north-south blockers, which doesn't really stun me in the same way that in the quarterback video there were no 5-star pure runners, because if you are a 5-star quarterback as a pure runner, you feasibly could throw the football too, which would just make you a dual threat. So The least prevalent one, though, of the ones that did appear, backfield threat, only 4, and this game doesn't really have a lot of opportunities for running backs to catch the football anyway, so, even though the guys who were maybe specialists at catching the football didn't really get to show it that much, but there weren't that many to begin with. 10 of them were contact seekers, 15 were north-south receivers, 15 were elusive bruisers, and the most prevalent one being 21 east-west playmakers, which I think makes sense. If I had to have taken a guess, I would have thought east-west playmaker. I would have thought elusive bruiser would be clearly second rather than north-south receiver being tied with it. But I think that the splits here make a bit of sense. I think there probably should be more backfield threats. Maybe less contact seekers. I feel like backfield threat would be more prevalent than a contact seeker because, you're always looking for running backs who can catch the ball. We get to the milestones now where there was a lot of action to be going on here. So, a lot of running backs got opportunities here, and I'm just going to focus here rather than on guys who just clearly started. There was a lot of 1,000-yard seasons to go around. So, out of 65 running backs, 35 of them did run for a 1,000-yard season, which to say more often than not, you have a better chance of finding a running back that isn't a 1,000-yard rusher than not. So you can imagine, because there were also running backs who were starters that, there were a couple actually that didn't get 1,000 yards, but most people who started got 1,000 yards at least one time. 35 out of 65 is a pretty good ratio. It doesn't drop off too much to go to 26 got multiple 1,000-yard seasons. They got 2 or more. 8 players, though. There was like this elusive elite group of guys who had 3 1,000-yard seasons. There were guys who got early opportunities or stayed longer than other players and didn't, have there's this career arc of sit on the bench as a freshman, be really good as a sophomore, run for 1,000 yards, be really good as a junior, run for 1,000 yards, and then go to the NFL. Some guys just were too good to run for 3,000 yards because they were out of the league or out of college football so quickly. So it was nice to have a couple of guys hit that mark 3 times. And then we had one player do it 4 times. We had one player, 4 seasons of a 1,000 yards. So that's really impressive. When it comes to, team success stuff as well, we had 11 make a playoff appearance. 9 of them, though, even though we didn't have a ton of guys make the playoffs, 11's... basically for rounding here, 1 out of every 6 made a playoff game, but the ones who did made the most of it. Out of the 11, 9 of them did win a playoff game, so only 2 players made the playoffs, went one and done, and never made it back. But 6 of them also won 2 playoff games, and overall, we had 2 players win the national championship. A couple of other guys appeared in the national championship as well. And then when it comes to other individual successes here, 24 players made a conference All-American, 9 players were NCAA All-Americans, and we had 2 Heisman winners. And on top of that, 4,000 yards is a pretty big milestone to hit. 7 players hit the 4,000-yard mark in their career. Which takes us to the end, the best of the best, and there was a lot of good players to go around. There was really a lot of good players, and it was hard to pick because you can look at the cumulative stats here and say, oh, this guy was better than this guy, but you also have to keep in mind the amount of time that they played, the amount of carries they got, the amount of opportunities that they got. So I wanted to shout out Kareem Streeter. Even though he was at FIU and UL Monroe, he was the guy who started 4 seasons, 4 1,000-yard seasons, and ran for more yards than anybody by a pretty comfortable amount. I know he was at a small school. He didn't really make a splash on the national stage. He's really here just due to, getting the most opportunities, but he was pretty good. I mean, 5.1 a carry is pretty comparable to the rest of his peers here, and he ran for a whole bunch of yards, even if, in the grand scheme of things, he was the only guy on this list to not make an NCAA All-American team. He was the only guy to, not do anything significant, didn't make the playoffs. I just wanted to shout him out. But how about Louis Savage, who has the least amount of yards here, but that's because he was just a 2-year starter. And, well, he had, at least at one point in time, a 38-touchdown season, which was the NCAA's all-time record holder. And he went one and done in the playoffs, unfortunately, but he still had a really nice career. Then we go to, how about maybe Isaac Pusley, who made back-to-back national championships and was a really great player, just could not get the championship victory. But I thought he was awesome. He had that amazing run in the national championship game that almost helped pull off the comeback. 4,000 yards plus, 39 touchdowns. He was really nice. And then we got a couple of Heisman winners here, or national championships. We'll go to Manny Hector, who was a national championship winning running back, 5-1 in the playoffs, 3,700 yards, 41 touchdowns, 2 1,000-yard seasons, and just had a really nice career. And, you know, the national championship is kind of the big defining accolade for him. Then we get to a Heisman winner, Santiago de Castro for Liberty. I mean, I don't think he deserved the Heisman. I think Luis Savage deserved it for having 10 more touchdowns, but they gave it to de Castro because he took Liberty to a 13-0 record, got him into the playoffs, and won a playoff game, despite having, you know, obviously not nearly as much talent as everybody else. But 4,600 yards, 63 touchdowns, 3 1,000-yard seasons, that playoff victory, Heisman Trophy winner. And then I think the guy that's the best of the video, I don't think this is really going to be much of a debate here, Bobby Ware. 2 national championship appearances, a victory and a defeat. You know, the victory was under interesting circumstances, but still, 2 NCAA All-Americans, a Heisman Trophy victory. And how about the fact that he went out there and ran for 20 touchdowns as a true freshman. Then he upped it, ran for like 34 touchdowns, I think it was. And then decided to up it again. And he ran for an NCAA record, 42 touchdowns in his final season on a road to a national championship. Unbelievable. These are touchdown numbers that I have just never seen in this game before. I don't know how all of this happened. Like, these are absurd touchdown numbers. He had 96 touchdowns in 3 seasons. Unbelievable. Like, insane. This is ridiculous. So yes, he is the best running back of the video. I think I'll give him the nod, but you guys can let me know who your favorite of the video was. I also want to shout out someone who I think was the most maybe talented back, who just didn't get the, you know, maybe same opportunities or didn't have the same cumulative stats. Jason Lanier, I thought was really good as well. Would have loved to see him stay at Michigan, but it was a crowded list of really high-end players. Let me know who your favorite was, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, as all that stuff is super helpful, super appreciated, and I will see you guys all in the next one.